Oh, hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Tito Santana.
This is Kurt Angle.
This is Bret the Hitman Hart, and this is going out to Scott and Holly.
You are listening to the
Win Twice Wrestling Podcast
with Scott and Holly.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
And this ho's for everybody. Ho!
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to listen to the incomparable Win Twice Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Scott and Holly. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained. Hello everybody and welcome to episode number 21 of the Win Twice Wrestling Podcast alongside your hosts Scott and Holly.
Hello.
Morning, Holly.
Morning.
You alright?
I'm good.
You don't look shattered at all.
No? Are you being very kind and saying I look like shit?
No, I'm not saying you look. I'd never say you look like shit. But there's a look in your eye like, oh my god, I'm having to do stuff and talk. And think.
My voice is a little. It's all right at the minute. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into like phone line voice at some point.
I'll tell you what. Well, we could charge for that.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to it. I'll tell you what. I'll do you a favour. I'll pick up most of the talking duties in this one, just as it's you.
Not like you do every time for me.
Hey, I'm just doing my part. That's what I'm doing here.
I'm here for it.
So for the episode that we picked this week, we wanted to pick a slightly shorter one, given
we did.
the time of year that we're recording this in. So it's a little bit later at night. It's also WrestleMania season.
Yes.
So night 2 just took place yesterday.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it. We're going to watch it after this recording.
Yeah, so we can do our prediction game.
And I already know how the prediction game from night 1 ended.
Yes.
So
okay. Yes, because I don't, do I?
Yeah, so Holly hasn't seen the main event yet, so we'll rewatch that and then go into night 2 afterwards.
Yes.
I guess, as we normally do, we discuss things that have caught our eye in the world of wrestling this week. I'm assuming with it being WrestleMania, there's probably been a couple bits that have caught your attention.
Absolutely.
What have you got?
So we know. No one else does. I watched this late last night because I got in late. Who has plans on a Sunday? Come on,
You
it's ridiculous.
Sorted it. You organised it, did you
So
not?
I ended up watching this till I think I clocked off at 12:30 last night.
Wow.
Yes, I know. And I'll be honest, everything I saw, I loved it.
Loved it?
I actually really enjoyed it. There was one match in particular that I thought was absolutely outstanding so far.
Okay.
Can you guess which one it is?
One of two. So it's either the opening match with Ripley and Lynch, or it is Gunther and Sammy.
Oh, okay. No, neither of those.
Ladder match?
Yes.
But is that because of the result?
I liked the result, but I tell you what, give me a ladder match just with oh my god,
DIY,
it's early. DIY
Catch Republic
and Catch Republic.
I knew those were going to be the two.
So good.
Yeah.
And actually, as much as people that I know their job is to be annoying, but
A-Town Down Under.
I love him. But Waller,
going
through that ladder,
yeah,
full respect for him for that.
It looked as
I think it
safe
looked worse than it probably was.
I don't think it looked worse because the ladder broke in slow motion. It didn't completely collapse and snap. That would have been bad.
But I really enjoyed that match.
I
was a bit sad about Damian Priest's. I know if we were together, we would have talked about his attire because I'm a big fan.
Are you?
Big fan.
Yeah.
But just that whole outfit again.
He just wears whatever.
Let the man not wear a t-shirt. Like, I don't need to see him in like a latex swimsuit over the top of leather trousers.
He just wears whatever Rhea wore the week before. It's
I
fine.
know.
It's fine. They're of a similar stature.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And do you know what I enjoyed? Was JD, whatever his name is, getting yeeted into a table. That was
I can't
brilliant.
say yeeted.
I can.
Well, you can. I mean, if it's good enough for mid-card Jey Uso.
I like that match too, actually.
That was dog shit, that match.
I enjoyed it, but I think it's just because I like him.
But it wasn't good.
It wasn't as good. They've had a match before, though, haven't they?
I don't know, to be honest.
I'm sure they have. But his match, anyway, with Roman was far superior.
That was the best match
than this one. But
this match, given the amount of heat that was supposed to be in it, it just was.
It could have been a lot better.
The crowd was dead, apart from the yeet bit when they were. You know, that was it. I thought that match was
Yeah.
comfortably the worst match of the
Okay.
night. I wasn't, don't get me wrong, I wasn't even expecting it to be great.
Yeah.
But I was expecting it to be much better than it was.
It did have a high expectation, but I thought it was all right. But I did really enjoy the Sami match.
Sami Zayn and Gunther was good.
Gunther's, I could watch his matches all day long as well.
Yeah,
I think
he's allowed to wrestle with his sad belly.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that
Yeah.
he's lost so much weight.
Even when he didn't have the body
Yeah.
he has now, he was allowed to wrestle in his pants. So
Yeah.
let Damien
to
take
wrestle
his
in his pants like he's an excitable child.
let Damien take his stuff off. Come on.
To be fair, we're assuming that it's not his choice already.
Oh, I know.
Maybe that was a him
I think we're
decision.
just taking the piss, I'll be honest.
little bit.
But I do have one question though.
Go for it.
So the Usos,
Yeah.
real brothers.
No. No shit.
But in the commentary, they
Yeah.
said this was the third time
Mhm.
that real brothers have wrestled at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Did Brett and Owen have a WrestleMania match?
10.
Who are the other?
Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Have they wrestled against each other?
Yes.
Have they?
WrestleMania 25.
How do I not know this?
Yeah, it wasn't a good match, I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
that's probably why.
So WrestleMania 25. So they were saying every 15 years they seem to do
Yeah.
this because it was WrestleMania 40.
Oh, maybe I'll have
WrestleMania
to find
25,
that
it was
then.
Matt and Jeff Hardy. Well, we'll be covering it in...
Yeah, in about 2 years.
Well, yeah. And at
Oh.
WrestleMania 10 it was Brett and Owen.
Okay, because I could have googled it, but
Brett
around.
and Owen, by the way.
Oh, really?
Really good.
Okay, but I don't like to Google anything around this weekend because I don't want to see no results.
Yeah, I nearly caught myself out on that because my missus sent me a link on something on Insta. Clicked on it. As soon as I hit back out of the link,
Yes.
it went to the
No,
homepage
you've
and
gotta
I just
shut it
quickly went
down.
off because I saw a picture of two of the people. It didn't give away a result, or I don't think it did because I didn't look at it long enough.
Okay.
So my takeaway on,
Yes.
we'll focus mainly on WrestleMania because it makes sense to. I thought Rhea Ripley looked like a fucking superstar.
I thought you might like it.
Fucking superstar.
Her
like-
gear is phenomenal.
Not even forget the gear though. Like just her presence, the
Yes.
entrance she had,
Oh,
the
that
reaction. She had the
entrance
biggest reaction of the night.
was
I think
amazing.
it was incredible. That band I've never heard of them.
Such a good job.
I'll be honest. I thought the main singer was Rhea Ripley for a second. Just very, very good.
Yeah.
And the match was really good. I like the way it built to the finish as well.
Yeah, you
And
know what? Actually, it was a very good match.
And I'm not a massive fan of a lot of Becky's in-ring stuff
Yes.
these days. Out of the four horsewomen, she is the lesser of the four, I would say, if you compare her
Right.
to Charlotte, Bayley and Sasha.
Okay.
I know you don't like Sasha, but I think you're mad if you think Becky's a better wrestler than Sasha is.
Okay.
It was just brilliant. Like I said, the only match I didn't really care for was the Usos match,
Oh, okay.
and that was a shame.
Yeah.
But
Everything had me like not hooked. I'd say because it was late, but I went to bed satisfied with what I'd seen.
did you like the DIY cosplay?
Yes, brilliant.
DX.
And I
yeah.
tell you what, I mean, R-Truth is just funny for me, but
Yes.
him then asking for Sweet Chin music, like it just plays on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously the modified pedigree,
Yes.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and also my missus watched that one match with me.
Oh, did she?
And she thought R-Truth was very funny.
Oh, he's just
When he was
brilliant.
waiting for the tag.
The tag is
Yeah,
so funny.
She thought that was brilliant.
And I get it, and it is a play, but give me a bit of humour,
Yes.
and I'm in.
In the right circumstances.
Yes, and this
Not-
was the right circumstance, I think, for it.
The other thing that caught my eye
Ooh.
was how good Paul Heyman was in the Hall of Fame induction
Oh,
ceremony.
yeah.
I thought, why are they leading with him? They should end with
Yeah.
him. And then as he was talking, it made complete sense.
Yeah.
Because the crowd would have been waiting
For
him.
him.
And
Uh-huh.
I'm concerned, and probably they were concerned, that if he didn't come out early, people would start clamouring for him to come
I
out, and it might
see.
take away from the others.
Yeah.
I didn't. The Muhammad Ali induction was weird, only for the fact of why the fuck is the Undertaker doing it?
Okay. Yeah.
Not even me just having to dig at the Undertaker. The two
No.
never had any dealings together.
Right.
I assume there's probably a valid reason why, but it would have made more sense to me if it was Hulk Hogan that did it, because at least he was in the match where Muhammad Ali was at WrestleMania,
Oh, yeah, who was, wasn't he?
and he is, or even Bob Orton Sr. Get Randy Orton's dad to do it,
Oh, yeah.
because yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
you get to see a pair of very juicy thighs in the main event. Couldn't
Oh.
believe it.
Oh,
Couldn't believe
the
it.
main event of...
Night one that you haven't seen
Really?
yet. Yeah.
Oh,
Who do you think would have juicy thighs out of those four?
Oh, Rock, surely. Oh, and he's in his pants.
He is in his pants. Ludicrous.
Love
See
that
his old
shit.
breast reduction scars as well. It's great.
Love that. No, Hall of Fame was really good, but I will admit that Heyman was the only one I sat and watched. Like, as in,
Yes.
it was on when I was doing other stuff, but Heyman was the one I sat down and I was like, I can't actually walk away from this.
I was on edge when Thunderbolt Patterson was getting inducted, because I felt like he was, at one point he was conducting a sermon, which is fine, but when he came out I was like, oh, he doesn't look like he's the full ticket, bless him. And then they had the guy with him who kind of accepted it. I was like, oh, okay, and he's just there. And then they handed him the mic and I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen here? But yeah, no, it was...
All in all, I thought it was...
It was good.
It
Paul
was
Nakano, English is much better than I thought it was going to be. And she was genuinely touched.
She's ageing backwards. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, like her entire frame has changed, because she was like a
she's now
bottom
really
heavy,
like slight
pear-shaped,
like,
would you say, but not as an insult.
Yeah, no, not at all. But yeah, but I love stuff like this, because you will skip through all of the backstage stuff after a couple, won't you? Whereas I will watch it all purely so I can be nosy and see what everyone's chuffing wearing.
I saw Punk getting interviewed and Keith Lee walked in the background.
Yes, I loved that.
I saw Mia Yim then get or Meechin, whatever her name is now, get interviewed, and the excitable Scottish lady come out and just.
I'll be honest, I thought Nikki Cross had been released purely because she's not there. But I wonder if she's... I don't know. I don't really understand it, I'll be honest. But there's so many people that it's easy to... I suppose if you haven't got a WrestleMania match, we're not going to see you for a while in the run-up to Mania.
That's the interesting thing for me, because there's only 6 matches for the night 2, and obviously it's already taken place, so what's happened. But there were 7 matches on the card before. Now, granted, there's 2 title matches, so you think they're probably going to be long ones from the men's side. But because if they're going for 4 hours again, they're going to have to put something in there.
Ooh, is there going to be some comedy little surprise moment in there?
I don't want to give anything away, and I'm sure it hasn't happened, because I just don't think it will.
My prediction happened.
But imagine a world, right, where there's interference in the main event, and one of the people that comes out to help Cody is a little fella, you might have heard of him, MJF.
Oh, you really want this, don't you?
I do. I know it's not going to happen.
No.
Because I still think he signed an AEW contract and just nothing's been confirmed on it. But him and Cody's like his boy. So,
I mean, that would be phenomenal, but...
it won't happen. But in my head, until it doesn't happen, it could happen.
Yeah, why not?
And it's like Schrodinger's cat. Like, it could be dead or alive, I don't know yet, but it's already happened. But yeah, I think that kind of covers off the thoughts of wrestling for this week. I mean, we've already been going like 12 minutes. We haven't even touched on the show.
Those people that say we just waffle on will be livid. This is longer than 3 minutes 30, whatever it was last time.
Yeah, but on the other hand, fuck them, it's for us, so I don't care. Those that want to listen to it are having a bloody lovely time.
I'd like to have a sly dig at these stupid people.
I will also apologise now ahead of time, because I think I already messaged you it, to be fair. So the show after this is WrestleMania 7, and there's a promo that I still remember to this day from watching it, and Em was in the room when it was playing, and she went, oh god.
Oh no, so she knows it's coming too.
She knows it's coming. She said, you don't have to do it as loud as that though.
Oh, okay.
And I said, we'll see.
So we're basically giving an episode warning of the next one, turn your volume down.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, anywhere...
Well, I should know it's coming.
I don't know, there's a lot of madness in the show.
I'm just going to shout volume in every,
you haven't got
5 minutes when we're recording and be like, turn your volume down, I think it's coming.
The best part is, I don't think I can do an impression of them, but you watch me try.
Yeah, why not?
Or mimic what actually happens, because it's stupid. Okay. It's not a person I've done one of before.
Ooh,
so that'll narrow it down when you get there.
Lovely.
As I touched upon earlier, before we got into the general chit-chat and nonsense of wrestling this week, we wanted to pick an episode that was shorter, because of everything else we've got going on at the moment. So I was having a little look through the network archives just to see what was there, trying to find I didn't want it to just be like a random Raw or SmackDown. I wanted it to have some kind of purpose, and I thought, well, I know back in the day WWF used to do pay-per-views over here. They used to have Insurrection, which used to be about April time, I believe, and they would have Rebellion, which was towards November. So I just went, let's have a look at those to see. I don't know the general length of them, because I do remember that they didn't go as long as the mainland pay-per-views, mainland being the United States or North America at least. And I just randomly clicked on one, saw it was a little over 2 hours, and I thought, perfect.
Yeah.
So for this episode, I think we've already done a bit of a teaser on YouTube. For those that are subscribed to us on there, they will have seen it. We decided to pick WWF Rebellion 2001.
Yes.
I assume you had little to no knowledge
Oh,
again.
this is me we're talking about. I probably even watched this, maybe, because this was around when I would have been watching. Don't remember nothing.
Getting the VHSs handed over.
100%. 100%.
I like the fact that even though they could have just come to your front door.
Oh no, it's always been a back fence situ.
Yeah, you can't admit to be like, people might see. What would the neighbours think, Holly? Except for the one that's handing you the tape. WWF Rebellion 2001 took place on the 3rd of November 2001. It was in the MEN Arena in Manchester, England. Attendance was a very respectable 15,612, and this even had a tagline, Manchester Divided. Was that a football reference?
I would assume so, but only the UK people were going to get that.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, there's only about 4 Man City fans at the time, I think, so I don't know how divided it was. I mean, the club was only invented in about 2012 or something.
Oh, God.
Or 2008.
Don't say that.
It was a little bit. It came along a little bit after Chelsea, if I recall.
Stop.
Because all the people that were wearing Chelsea kits back in the day, which is fine, because at least it's a relatively local team, suddenly started wearing Man City kits, and I had my questions about it. You can like what you like. I don't care.
You're fishing for trouble.
I don't mind. I'm a Man United fan. I've got not much to be happy about at the moment. I know. That's fair enough. And the buy rate, I couldn't find one, so I didn't try that hard.
No, fine.
Mainly because probably, I don't know if it was one of the ones where it was treated as a pay-per-view in the States as well, or if it was shown later on. Or the numbers were probably just not great and they didn't really want to release it. So I couldn't find it, but I didn't think it was particularly pertinent.
I'm ticking this off as another pay-per-view where I have been to the venue, so lovely.
I have not been to the MEN Arena.
Oh.
I've only been to one of the... literally. Oh, no, two. No, because we did Wembley, didn't we, for AEW. So I've been to 2 of the venues of the shows we've covered.
Yeah.
Nice arena, is it?
From what I remember,
Was that the one that got bombed?
I think so.
For the Ariana Grande concert.
I think so.
Years back, yeah.
But, yeah, I obviously went pre.
Well, yeah, I assume
then.
you weren't a...
But, yes. Yeah.
It's alright?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
absolutely fine.
How easy was it to get to the beer to then get back to your seat?
I don't think I would have been that much, like... I don't think I was underage, shall we say, but it was more of a...
When's that stopped, yeah?
No, but it's more of a, that's a drink before job rather than a...
Yeah, fair enough. I don't even know what you went and saw there. What was it?
Oh, I think it was a band. I don't even know. It was either The Calling or...
The Calling, excellent.
Someone like that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Back in day.
Back in day. Well, you say back in day. I mean, The Calling was like 2006, around that time. 2006,
that's a while ago. That's almost 20
true.
years ago.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah.
Because 20 years ago to me is like 1990 still.
Oh, yeah.
And it just...
No, we're just old.
That isn't... Well, okay, that's the moral boost I needed. Yeah, thanks for that.
I'm older than you, so it's fine.
Yeah, but you don't look it. We start with the classic Attitude Era opening, and I'm ready to be entertained officially.
Brilliant.
And
do you know what I was happy about? I had a drink in one hand and a Freddo Easter egg in the other hand.
The voice of Stone Cold Steve Austin tells us that there can only be one WWF champion. Paul Heyman and JR big up the confrontation between Stone Cold and The Rock before we get a series of one-liners from both men themselves. Very big match for a UK show, this.
Yes.
Because these were the two guys of this era.
Yeah.
So no wonder I assumed that number that I gave for the attendance was a sellout because the number I gave...
What?
Oh, for fuck's sake. How did I not see you get... I got completely baited on that. I was like, what do you not understand about what I said?
I had to do it at one point, I'm sorry.
So what did you think about that being the main event?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you think about the main event! You should have seen her face.
That's petrifying.
She shit herself.
God.
I'm so sorry for your ears.
So loud. That was amazing. That was so good.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, we're done now. I can't take any more of this.
That's fine. I won't do any jump scares for you
Oh
now.
God,
She
that was
literally
so
recoiled
good.
and flinched.
That was so funny.
But no, genuinely, what did you think of the...
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Although, having seen Stone Cold's matches so far in this era, it's so much of a punch, kick, go outside brawl affair that I didn't have high expectations.
Yeah.
And as you've mentioned before,
a lot of The Rock's in-ring stuff isn't like high-end level, which I can understand where you're coming from, but I was hoping for something more. I just didn't want it to be the Judgment Day 2001 main event with Stone Cold and The Undertaker.
Yes.
I couldn't, no. But I was also prepared that we'd see a number of dick shots on this show. Well,
yes. So, if you're doing a drink-along, right, my theory is drink every time. I initially started with the word slobber knocker, because of course it's...
sexy, yeah.
You know. Ring post.
Yeah.
Anytime the ring post is involved, I'd call it 2 fingers, but it just sounds wrong.
You said 2 fingers, yeah?
Chance would be a fine thing. Oh, God. And anytime there's a dick punch.
Yep.
So just drink those times.
So basically, get wankered is what, in many respects, if you're taking 2 fingers.
Pretty much. If I was going to tell someone to get wankered, though, I would say drink every time some fucker talks in the third person.
Okay, that's a big thing for you, isn't it?
I don't know why I don't like it.
No, you really hate it.
Especially with wrestling, and everyone does it.
Yeah, like,
I might start doing it just to see. Maybe it's a thing that I would enjoy doing it by myself.
No one in the room, just literally going around saying, what does Holly want for dinner? I'll tell you what Holly wants for dinner.
Maybe I'll just start doing it, and then I'll be like, oh, this is why they do it.
So we're now showing a rotating steel fist inside a cog or gear as we're welcome to Rebellion. That seemed to be the Rebellion logo. I think they used it on pretty much most of it. It's kind of like the SmackDown fist. If you remember, that instead of being horizontal is now vertical. I don't know why I felt the need to point that out, but I did. Big on-stage pyro immediately fucks anyone that suffers from epilepsy, because don't get me wrong, I don't, but I was like, Jesus, that's bright.
Yeah.
But it shows that, you know, they still had some budget at the time for fireworks, because when they were being a little bit more leaner with the finances, they stopped all that stuff. You've been to a show where they've done fireworks at the beginning, haven't you? Shit your pants?
Yes.
Yep, same, because I was pretty close. JR and Paul Heyman set up the show we are about to see, and they are twinning with a lovely shade of beige.
Yes, twinning.
Really, like, it just... What was quite amusing, so the first thing I noticed was that they were both wearing beige.
Yeah.
Second thing, I was like, can they not show colour and excitement in the UK? Because this was the era. I don't know if you noticed the quality of the picture. Now they just use the HD stuff and they take it everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere uses HD. You'll notice that UK shows have a different look from the way they're being filmed, because the film reel and cameras and everything they used were different. So it looked a bit more smoky and kind of aged.
Like the camera needed a bit of a clean.
A little bit, but that was just because of what they used in the UK, and this is a great example of it, because we saw shows in '99 and it didn't look like this.
No, it didn't.
But I don't dislike that, because it gave the a unique look to the UK shows.
Yeah, fine.
But I saw it and thought, ooh.
No, I thought when it came on, I thought, oh, I wonder if you think I will struggle with this. But actually, it was fun.
Anytime I see anything that's other than pristine,
yeah,
I'm
I know.
Oh, Holly's...
I do really have a problem with it sometimes, but actually this was fine. I think probably because I was back with my my chocolate and my
this
drink
is true.
fine.
We'll find out now if Holly actually is meaner or nicer when she's got booze
we
and
will,
chocolate.
won't we?
Because I don't know yet, because we haven't discussed this show at all.
And this was actually one of the first instances of me being able to enjoy a little beverage whilst watching.
Trying to think who on the show might catch your ire. Well, I can tell you in the dark match it was just incredible, so we didn't actually have to watch him in the show.
Thank God.
So Heyman is flashing all kinds of chest hair. And Holly, don't know about you, but I'm fully aroused.
No.
No?
No.
Why?
No, thank you.
No Paul Heyman?
No.
But even Stephanie McMahon married the wrong Paul. We learned that in the Hall of Fame. Also, Stephanie McMahon, look banging.
Yes.
ECW Kangol.
Love that.
I don't like a Kangol unless it's on Samuel L. Jackson for the most part.
Yeah.
Stephanie made it work.
She did, didn't she?
She made it work.
She did.
We also learned that our boy Kurt Angle will be taking on Y2J for the WCW title. Friend of the show there.
This excited me, I'll be honest.
Yes, on paper this is the match that I'm looking forward to. And I genuinely didn't know the card going into it, so...
Yeah, I did my usual... Because it comes up on the screen to play it, and sometimes it doesn't say anything, and then other times it gives you a blurb of, we see this, and I do the old... If I don't press anything, it automatically plays.
Yeah.
So that's the point when I go, oh, lovely, let's fill my glass, because I don't want to see... I don't want it to ruin, like...
Yeah.
And the one thing I don't like is when you start watching it, and then they go, and here's what we've got coming up. And I'm like, oh... No.
I think they only really they briefly mention a couple of matches.
They only did it really for the main event and for the Kurt Angle one, and I was like...
And they mentioned the tag match
fine.
ahead of time it was happening. All the other times I was like, I don't know what's coming up. I don't remember if I watched this show at the time or before at some point in my life. So a lot of this felt new to me, which again is quite nice from my perspective. It doesn't feel like I'm treading over old ground.
Yeah.
And I guess the opening match, Holly, would have filled you with levels of joy.
Yes, it did.
The opening match was Christian versus Edge for the Intercontinental title in a steel cage.
Yes, I was happy.
I bet you were. I'll tell you why I was happy. We get a goateed Christian is delivering everything we need right off the bat. Wet hair, mesh shirt, erect nipples, and he's wearing red in Manchester.
Yes, love that.
Well done, Christian.
Yeah, well done.
So immediately I'm backing Christian in this one.
Yes.
He already has my full support, in fact. For a change, Holly, it's me who's now confused, as JR talks about Christian being the European champion, but we've been told it's for the Intercontinental belt. Now Edge is here, and I understand because he's the Intercontinental champion.
Yeah.
I just thought they were getting very confused about what was going on.
Yes.
Because I didn't know if the announcer had fucked up, the ring announcer, or if it was commentary.
Miscommunication somewhere along the line.
Yeah, because it sounds like a low-key brag, but I tend not to get confused during these shows because it's kind of obvious what's happening.
Whereas I fucking do.
No, I didn't want to say that. And yeah, when I saw the European title and they were banging on about the IC belt, I was like, I don't get it. But all became clear fairly shortly after my confusion. Edge in the era of his Rob Zombie entrance, and I'm disappointed with his fluffy hair.
Yeah, I've literally put this too. But also the entrance this isn't my favourite Edge entrance, this one either. So 100% was backing Christian there.
Basically, my takeaway from this was get wet or we won't, Edge.
Yes. Oh, I do like a wet hair.
If
you've got long hair,
get it wet.
Oh, all day long.
Not like Baron Corbin, no offence. Because when he had long hair, it's like if I went back to long hair again, I shouldn't be doing that because there's too much scalp that you can see coming through the hair. So it looks odd.
Leave him alone.
I was more kind of directing that on myself.
Leave yourself alone.
Leave myself alone.
Leave yourself alone. I bet your wife has said that to you a few times.
No, she said, leave me alone, go sort yourself out. That's the one I tend to get from her. It's a happy marriage. We see what appears to be a young girl in the crowd holding a sign that says, Edge, spear me.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Jesus, but she looked...
Oh, was she... Okay.
She looked like if he speared her, he's kind of treading on certain king territories.
I didn't see that.
It was, I mean, maybe I was wrong and she just looked young, but...
Yeah, who knows. Also, this cage. Did they borrow this cage from WrestleMania 1?
Good question. Well, WrestleMania 1 didn't have a cage match 2.
Thank you.
Funny enough, I think I actually mentioned that in my notes, so I will aim to
always makes me happy when I say something and you go, oh, let me refer to my notes. I'm like, oh, I've made something of value.
Why did you make me sound like such a twat then? Let me refer to my notes.
You sounded like Lord Alfred.
Yeah. We need to find some more shows with Lord Allen. JR confirms that at this point ENC was still being sold as brothers, so we weren't going mad, Holly. That was pleasing. Because I'm sure they were said to be brothers. And
I've even put here, okay, so yes, we're doing the brother card, brother versus brother. It's not though, is it? But you're ramming it down our throats that it is.
Chance to be a fine thing.
Yes, please.
Christian lays in the boots as soon as Edge gets into the ring and throws a few right hands. Reversal of the whip and Edge hits a back body drop before now taking his duster jacket off.
Yes.
There's a few instances of people not being able to get clothes off in time. And actually from the next WrestleMania as well, there's a particular instance that gets on my wick.
Oh, I think I know exactly what one you're talking about as well. Yeah.
Mainly because they try and fail.
Yes.
But again, that's a story for them. Christian starts to climb the rage, it looks like, but the cage, and I now noticed it isn't the steel mesh as Edge uses his jacket to smother Christian and pull him back down.
That was mildly amusing. I did like that. If your jacket's there, use it.
I agree. Assume this was to save costs on transporting a cage, so I reckon it's probably they did because they obviously now use the mesh.
Like a miniature cage, isn't it?
Yeah, it was smaller, so it wasn't even like the blue one from before.
No. This was harder to see through, I'll be honest, though, for me.
It's probably a case of it's an old cage that they used back in the day for some of their earlier UK tours. They didn't want to either get a new mesh one made over here or transport it. So I assume it had something to do with that. But I didn't hate it.
No, it's fine. Just noticeable.
Fair. Christian now tries to crawl out the door, and I hate this. I don't want to
go out the door.
No, There's no point in having a cage if the
referee's
referee's just going to fucking open the door.
Yeah, true, fair.
It negates the whole point. Don't have a cage match.
Lock it. You've got to go over the top.
Yeah, the only difference is if like in war games where you have staggered entrances.
Yes.
You have to kind of have something like that. But for a standard cage match, it just really gets up my nose, especially when, which is funny because a match that I really enjoyed had quite a lot of that involved.
Okay.
But so there are exceptions to the rule when it's done well, but this annoyed me.
Okay.
And to be fair, it was only Christian that was doing it. I don't like it when the face tries to crawl out either, because you're supposed to be the, oh no, I want to win properly, not the, oh, I'm going to crawl and sneak out the door.
Okay.
I'm a bitch. So as that happens, I just put keep it closed.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark. I was unhappy. Edge starts choking with the jacket. Now the jacket, being used as a noose, tosses Christian across the ring. Corner whip sees Christian rebound hard. Twice, in fact. Edge kicks the leg out from underneath Christian, or kicked his leg out of his leg, which is a comment that will make sense to you at a later date.
Yes.
But he can't drive his brother into the cage. Blocked by Christian and a reverse DDT over the knee. Mm-hmm. Christian starts to climb, but Edge pulls him into a guillotine. Yep. So I think that was over the top rope rather than a submission hold. Block by Christian, and we've done that, Scott. Move on. 2 count for Edge off that.
Yep.
Christian ducks too early off a whip and eats a kick, but sidesteps a spear, and Edge eats cage.
Yes, nice. Yes.
Near fall for Christian, 2 in fact. Mm-hmm. Snapmare and a boot to the spine. A few stomps and a choke follow. JR says the ref has a 5 count to work with. No, he doesn't. This is a cage match. What are you going to count for? No, it's no disqualification.
Oh, yeah, of course it's not.
I love JR, but that was absolute bollocks.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I saw something else in the match, and I went, well, that shouldn't be a thing either. Oh. I want to say it was maybe someone grabbed a rope later on and they were trying to break up the... No.
Well, you can do what you like, can't
Well,
you?
exactly. So maybe I'm misremembering, but I specifically remember and I was saying, JR. No, come on. Christian is now mashing Edge's head into the steel bars. It doesn't look good.
Nope.
With the mesh, even though it won't hurt anymore,
it looks better.
Yeah, there's a better aesthetic to it. Backbreaker on the IC champ gets another near fall. Mm-hmm. Christian starts climbing, but Edge pulls him down, but takes a couple of stomps to the face. JR. Edge spending more time on the canvas than Rembrandt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Christian just standing on Edge's head.
Yeah.
As you do. It's effective. Edge fires back with rights, but runs straight into a kitchen sink, and that gets a 2.
Yes.
I love how you now know what a kitchen sink
is.
The education of Holly continues.
Slow and steady, we'll get there.
Exactly. Well, or quick and fast is normally the case. Anyway, Christian once more looks to walk out the door, but Edge is on his ankle and pulls him down. He gets about halfway out, but is dragged back and lays in mounted punches to the champ, which I thought was quite good. So he kind of... Edge tugs him back in and Christian just ends up kind of over him and went, right, I'm going to start wailing away at you.
Makes sense.
Edge is sat on the top of the turnbuckles awkwardly because he tried to get his feet looped over and they forget there's a cage there, so you don't have the real estate to work with that you would otherwise. He gets a hard slap to the face. A superplex attempt is blocked. Christian is dropped to the canvas with a gourd buster and Edge flies with a crossbody.
Yeah.
Close 2 count.
Nice.
Boot up by Christian in the corner. Second rope double axe handle blocked by Edge, but so is his DDT. Slingshot by Christian sends Edge face first into the cage.
I do like those. I know they're so just...
I don't mind it.
Basic, but I really enjoy them.
No, I've got no issue with it.
Just makes me chuckle.
Near fall. Chin lock by the challenger, and I can take a pause on my notes.
Oh, I'm asleep.
Is
it here?
Not my note yet, so I don't think so. Because
mine's... I've got a I'm asleep... ... question mark boo.
Oh, okay, so no. The crowd are behind Edge as he fights out and connects with a clothesline. Edge climbs the corner. Mm-hmm. Christian cuts him off and connects with a big back suplex, which gets a 2 count.
Nice.
Big chop by Christian in the corner, and we see Sesame Street punches until Edge...
I'm so freaking happy you now call them this, because this is all I wrote in here. And even when I watch it, I'm like, Sesame Street punches.
Yeah, I have to.
This is all for me.
Until Edge shoves Christian off, but they start again. A second shove results in Edge hitting a spear, but both men are down. Mm-hmm. The ref starts the count. Why?
Oh.
That was it. That was the moment I was referring to.
That's
Why?
true, actually. See, I don't think about this when it happens, but now you mention it in hindsight, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, just seemed odd.
Makes no sense.
Both just beat the count, like it matters.
Yeah, because what are you going to do if you can't... Well, it's finished. Well, hang on, I thought they had to...
Yeah.
There was no count out there.
I know.
Stupid.
Both just beat the count, like I said, doesn't matter. Clothesline and spinning heel kick by the champ.
I like that.
Faceplant gets a near fall. Christian slips out the back of a body slam, and the two exchange counters until Edge clasps the chin and pulls back, because I don't know what to call that. Sit out, reverse neck break, I don't know. Close 2 count from that. Edge is halted on his slow climb.
Oh, that winds me right up.
If you have to slow down, don't do it. Christian face first into the cage 3 times. Oh, sorry, yeah, he's halted on it, but throws Christian face first into the cage 3 times. Edge then straddles the cage before Christian causes him to fall and straddle the ropes.
Of course.
A lot of straddling. Christian continues the climb and starts to descend until Edge pulls him nut first into the cage.
Yes.
Edge removes his wrist tape and hog ties Christian before escaping the cage to retain.
That, at the end, I actually found quite amusing.
I thought it was good. A little bit awkward because Christian had to stay there for quite a while as Edge faffed around with it.
You can tell he's there effectively going, I could easily get out of this right now, but I'm having to hurry the fuck up, get this done.
Very much so. Just before we cover our thoughts on this match, they go back to commentary right after Edge wins, and we see this repugnant arsewipe of a child simulating a fanny lick.
Oh.
He must have been 13, if that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And I'm just like, no.
Oh, grim.
I was just like, that's Manchester.
Oh,
yeah, right there.
Stop.
We can say this, we're both Mancunian to a certain capacity.
In the blood, yeah.
In the blood, yes. And I was saddened to see this. William Regal would have been very upset. That. What did you score this match?
2.5 out of 5. Mid card for me. I think I had a higher expectation.
Okay.
Weirdly, but I enjoyed it. It's not like I'm saying it's a bad match.
No, I
think there was just I really struggle sometimes with cage matches in a sense of the slow climb really bothers me.
Yep.
Because it's like I know you're waiting for something to happen, which is fine, but make it look a bit more believable than I'm watching you and I look and go, I could have climbed over by now, and I'm no athlete.
Yeah.
That's when I get a bit like and they're looking back as if to go, hurry up and grab me.
Which to me, I agree, and that's why I don't like the opening door to climb out either. If it doesn't look believable, don't do it.
Yeah.
Because then you're out of the moment.
Yeah.
I found Dave's scores for this show.
There's scores for this one. Oh god, I'll be well out of kilter.
3.25.
Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily... It's very high for me, but I'd say 3 maybe, but...
I'd go 2.75.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to, so that's why I won't give it a 3.
Yeah.
But it was better than 2.5. That's what I was
It was a nice
basing it on.
opener. It wasn't too long. I liked both the people in it. I liked the ending. Like, I thought the ending was amusing, if a bit awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. From there, we then see, I think it was a video package where Shane McMahon announces that there's a defector amongst the ranks of WWF.
Yes.
With the WWF team and Vince in the ring, Shane suggests one of them has defected.
Yes.
We see highlights of the McMahon Street Fight rematch. Booker T and Test interfere, but Kane and Taker defend. Regal then low blows the dead ass, but is rock bottomed for his troubles. Austin stuns The Rock, and Holly is confused by it all.
Yeah, my notes are concise here.
Go for it.
Yeah, I've literally just repeated what you said. Shane talks about someone moving to the Alliance.
Yep.
Street Fight clips. It's true. It's damn true.
Angle arrives with the chair, but hits Y2J. The Rock, Taker, and Kane. Angle has joined the Alliance.
That's my very short notes.
It's true. Street Fight clips. It's true. It's damn true.
It's damn true.
I like how that would have, without my explanation of what we just saw there, what people would have thought happened in this clip.
Yep.
But that's what I'm here to do, to fill in the gaps, to colour in between the lines. We then... Okay, so this is a repeat theme for the night.
And I wish it wasn't.
I wish it was my job when I was a kid, when I was of that age, because... Yeah, for many reasons. What I'm referring to is Chavo Guerrero is stood outside the Divas locker room.
Yeah.
Chavo is excited as he's been given the job, or the best job he calls it, of interviewing the Divas. Hugh Morris then turns up.
Okay, who is this guy?
So Hugh Morris was a former WCW worker. He had many names in that time. I think he might use Hugh Morris towards the end, but at one point he was General Erection.
Wow.
Yeah, and he actually became a trainer and did a lot of the Tough Enough stuff, but was then pushed away through bullying tactics. I think he was... I don't think there was anything sexually untoward that was thrown at him, but it was all very much being a bully.
Oh.
And he's now no longer doing that kind of stuff, but that's who he is.
Yeah, because I had no clue who he was.
So both these guys were in WCW when WCW finished up and WWF bought them. The Alliance didn't want them, basically. WWF didn't want them in the story, so they're just kind of there in the ether. In the ether. Love that. Backing off, Chavo suggests... oh no, sorry, I've skipped a line there. So after Hugh Morris turns up, he says that he was given the same job. Chavo says the women prefer him because look at him and look at Hugh. And Morris suggests he battles...
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Morris suggests he batters Chavo.
Oh.
Backing off, Chavo suggests they do it together. They agree and walk into the room.
Of course they do. You girls there?
Here we see the back of a topless Trish who covers herself before turning around. Boo. Trish asks for their credentials and says, well, I'd have handed her my credentials and then she'd have had to...
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Oh, no, she wedged them under her arms. Yeah. No, she was clever. She was clever. Well done, Trish. And says that she'll arrange a Lita interview if they leave right now.
Yeah.
Heyman asks JR if he knows which way that locker room is, but JR retorts, you're busy.
That's funny.
Match number 2.
I'm so happy. So freaking happy.
I knew you would be.
Yes.
Match number 2 is Scotty 2 Hottie versus the Hurricane.
Honestly, this was giving for me. I was so ecstatic.
What was my first line here? I know Holly is very happy we get to watch both Hurricane and Scotty in the same match.
I love these guys.
How happy does Scotty look? There is a man living his dream if I ever saw it.
Yes.
Scotty starts the crowd clapping before a collar and elbow sees him hit with a side headlock takedown. Back to a standing side headlock and Hurricane poses off a shoulder tackle, but knocks Scotty down. Oh, that knocks Scotty down, excuse me. Hip toss countered into a fireman's carry by Hurricane, who poses once more. Back to the side headlock. Scotty drops Hurricane with a shoulder tackle of his own and woos incredibly loudly in celebration.
Yeah.
Scotty goes over the top on a hip toss counter, but Hurricane lands on his feet off a back suplex before hitting a big clothesline.
Yes.
It's surprising. I know they're supposed to both be cruiserweights, and whilst the Hurricane takes flight, Scotty doesn't often do that.
No.
It's just because he's a smaller stature man, and that's why he fits into the light heavyweight or cruiserweight division, whichever you want to call it. They exchange corner rights before Scotty skins the cat.
Oh, I love that.
I know you do.
I love it.
And he then poses right behind the also posing superhero.
Brilliant.
I enjoyed that.
My allegiances here were tested.
Oh, I was Scotty. You know I've got to be Scotty. That was my nickname at school.
Yeah, I love them both. Like, they're proper, my, like, nostalgia, like, era.
It's good lower card fodder as well, isn't it? They're never going to main event unless the Hurricane beats the Rock in a match at Raw.
That'd be great, you know.
It happened.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. What now? Hurricane, portly Hurricane Helms come out and chokeslam a 50-year-old Rock.
Why not, eh?
Yeah, why not? Well, many reasons why not, to be honest. Head scissors takedown by Scotty, and a diving clothesline gets a near fall. Elbow off a corner charge by Scotty. He looks for the Bulldog, but Hurricane sends him shoulder first into the ring post instead.
Drink.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, because ring post.
Yes.
Lovely leaping neck breaker from Hurricane.
Isn't it just?
Delay before the cover and a 2 count. Suplex from the hero, 2 count again.
I got distracted here with commentary.
Okay, go for it.
Because JR mentions there's a 3-way later on in the match card. And I was like, okay. And then he mentions...
Who's in it?
2 of my favourites. And I was like, oh no. Just, concentrate on the match going on.
Enjoy the present, because you're enjoying this.
I had to.
Lovely leaping neck breaker from Hurricane. Delay before the cover and a 2 count. Oh no, we've already covered that. Suplex from the hero, 2 count again. Hurricane with the boot up in the corner. Charge before he hits the second rope blockbuster. Roll through pin for 2. Neck and arm rest hold from Hurricane before hitting a big hip toss. Near fall. Couple of rights in the corner. leads to a very nice Japanese stranglehold.
Yes.
Into a modified camel clutch from Hurricane.
Oh.
So he goes to the Japanese stranglehold, is where you grab the guy's arm, so he's effectively choking himself.
Yeah.
And then you use that position to do the same kind of thing as the camel clutch, but instead of using your hands on their chin to pull back, using their arms to pull them back. I think that's quite a good submission move, because that would suck.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing really you can support yourself with.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Anyway, that just thought, if anyone's looking for a new submission finisher, you can have that on the house. Clothesline by the superhero after Scotty escapes. Hurricane grabs his cape and JR says, "This is borderline ridiculous."
Oh.
Nothing borderline about it, but I know Holly is fully invested in her boy.
Yes.
Scotty cuts him off up top, but Hurricane shoves him to the canvas.
Yeah.
Helms, because I went for his alter ego here, leaps into a gut punch. Looks silly. Not the prettiest of DDTs from Scotty, and both men are down as Brian Hebner makes the count.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's Earl's son.
Yes,
good.
I do now.
Also not dead as far as I'm aware, so that's nice with our referee stories.
God,
Scotty removes the cape and connects with a jumping back elbow.
Nice.
Lovely super kick, gets a near fall. Hurricane prevents a suplex and shoves Scotty to the canvas once more. He sees a chance and mocks the worm. No.
This made me a bit sad.
Scotty gets up but runs into a chokeslam attempt. Blocked, but the super kick isn't. Close 2 count.
Nice.
Corner splashes miss for both men, and Hurricane only gets a 2 off a schoolboy with his feet on the ropes. Cheating, Hurricane?
I know.
Oh, this was in the Alliance era though, so this is when he was still supposed to be a bad guy. Eye of the Hurricane blocked, and Scotty lands on his feet from a back suplex.
Yes.
Bulldog connects. Hello.
I was like, is it coming? Is it coming?
Here it is. The crowd are going wild. W-O-R-M.
Yes.
I
love it.
Ooh. And then it's just a chop to the titty.
Yeah, I know.
Chop to the titty. To the surprise of JR, this one is over.
Yes.
Holly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've rated this so high.
Oh my god.
Not so high.
Okay.
But as in, for what it's worth, I don't know if you'll agree with me.
4?
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
No. As in, for what it's worth.
Right.
I'm not sure you'll obviously agree with me.
I thought you said 4 is what it's worth.
No.
I was like, no.
Purely because it's those two. I mean, maybe I haven't rated it so high. I don't know.
Okay.
I 2.85.
8.5?
See, I told you.
No, this isn't right. It's 2.75 or it's 3.
No, I couldn't do a 7.5 and I couldn't do a 3.
Well, you have to.
7.5.
Okay, fine. Well, it's closer to that. That makes sense.
Okay.
2.25.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, again, I understand it. It's just, I just loved it. These two for me. If I was there, obviously now, like if this was now and we saw this live, I'd be going mental at this.
I didn't, well, especially if they were now years old.
You know what I mean?
For me, I'm probably in line with Dave on this one.
Okay.
I think this was a reminder to me that I always knew that Hurricane had good matches in him.
Yes.
I don't remember Scotty having too many good matches. This was fine. So it exceeded my expectations. Yes. I expected it to be lower than this, but some of the stuff they put together in the sequences, skinning the cat, landing on the feet, this was the right match to have a bit of comedy in.
Yes.
Worked. So yeah, 2.25. Yeah. I agree with Dave.
Yeah, and in my little write-up, I feel like sometimes I have to justify it, and I put, this was really hard for me to score because this is, I think you knew, like this is, for me, is, I freaking love these two.
Yeah, I did.
And I've put, but ultimately, was it a better match than Edge and Christian? No. Did I enjoy it more? Absolutely.
If we're talking about move for move,
do you think it was better?
Probably,
okay.
But as an overall aesthetic,
yes.
That's why I'd probably lean slightly towards more Edge and Christian. But if you're just analysing it based on the moves, Scotty and Hurricane were slightly better.
Lovely time so far.
Chavo and Hugh backstage in the locker room again with Trish.
God.
This time, sadly, she's clothed, but I noticed that because she's already been confirmed as a special guest referee later in the night, and she's wearing that black and white striped vest.
Top,
I didn't have an issue with that because it looked weird throwing one of the referee shirts on.
Yes, true.
She basically says, "Right, wait here, and I'll sort something out for you." Obviously, they don't wait because they're dirty perverts, and they open the door where we see Lita in her underwear getting changed.
Yep.
Thoughts on Lita?
Stunning.
She throws, I assume it was a shoe at them, and comes flying at them with her man voice and slams the door, but the guys are happy they didn't wait. That would have got paused back in the day, wouldn't it?
Well, not by me, no, but by you, I assume, yes.
Not by me, by the general...
general
population of wanking
probably,
teenagers.
I'm sure. One for the wank bank.
Neither one of these two women I thought were the best looking on the night.
Oh, yeah. We got some other rockets, I suppose, haven't we?
We do. Shame they can't wrestle, but
we'll get there, don't you worry.
Let's not jump the shark on this one yet. DDP now backstage. Right, okay, so I'm going to caveat this because your man's about to get bullets.
Oh.
DDP in WCW, great.
Okay.
He was used as the defender of WCW against the NWO. So the NWO were trying to pull down WCW and they kept getting the upper hand time after time after time.
Right.
And DDP did not join them. He kept fighting the fight for WCW. Got really far up the card and he had a really good title match as well. He became WCW champion.
Yeah.
And he was already an older man.
Yeah.
The only thing we've seen DDP in, correct me if I'm wrong so far,
driving
the pink Cadillac at WrestleMania 6. Now we're seeing him in a goddamn awful phase of his career that I hate.
Okay.
And DDP has done wonderful things helping rehabilitate wrestlers who need it. I'm sure he does stuff that goes outside of the realms of, just looking and helping wrestlers. But I always think someone who's got that kind of a heart should be out doing Samaritan work for like kids and stuff like that and people that really need it. Because I find it odd that he chooses to... I get it. I don't find it odd. That's probably not the right terminology or phrasing to use. That he focuses it on people that have, let's be honest, self-sabotaged in most instances in the wrestling business. And I feel like you're so good that would be better served helping people that haven't caused it. And I'm not saying he shouldn't be helping them. And like I said, he might well be. I don't know the ins and outs of it. But if we're talking about back to his in-ring stuff, this was fucking dire. Yeah. This was Kieran, it was Eric, it was all the Dyers.
Oh.
None of them were good.
Yeah.
So... basically what we got here is the really irritating smile of DDP as he says the people of Britain don't appear jolly, but depressed.
Oh yeah, with the face.
And then he just pauses every so often and does that shit-eating grin. I don't know if that's good heat, because I see it and I get angry, but I don't... It's not like I want to see him get beaten up, I just don't want to see him.
Oh, I see.
So to me, that's the expat go-away heat. Fuck off, don't want to see this.
Yes.
Or in your case, the Just Incredible heat.
Yes. Okay. So he is your Justin Incredible.
At the moment, yeah. No, badass Undertaker.
Oh,
who do I want to see less? Do you know what? I want to see DDP less.
Okay, fun.
In this particular iteration of him.
Cool.
And I love the Undertaker phenom character.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sure we'll get to another badass. Thankfully, not on this fucking show. Okay, right, where were we? Back to firing bullets at DDP. DDP says, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. As the only way is up. Thanks, Yaz.
Oh, yeah, that song.
Yeah. So that was in my head for the next 15 minutes. What a fucking awful gimmick he was given in the WWF. He was treated as such a joke.
Oh, okay.
Such a joke. Like I said, he was brought in as the stalker of Sarah, Undertaker's wife.
Oh, of course, yeah, I forgot about that.
And then immediately, jobbed hard, this is it. And this is all he ever was in WWE. I think he did like Royal Rumble appearances, like as a more of the old school, but he was obviously 60-something at this point, so it's not the same effect.
Wow.
If they had managed to get a little bit of the magic from him in the late 90s in the WWF, different game change. I don't understand why WWF was so intent. Well, I say WWF, why Vince was so intent on sabotaging everyone that came out of WCW. Because it doesn't... You've already won. You've won.
True.
What are you proving?
True.
You've just been gifted, like, all this talent. I say all this talent.
A wedge of talent.
A lot of the contracts weren't, what they should have been. And you did nothing with it. You didn't make... Surely you want to make them look credible so that when you then beat them in that Survivor Series match...
Yeah.
It looks good. And this is obviously the pay-per-view before that Survivor Series.
Oh.
This was 2 weeks before going into it.
Yes.
I just cannot fathom how badly that was done. And I would like to think... I'll be honest with you, taking us out of this show specifically for a moment, I want AEW to work. Everything I'm seeing, I don't think it will. And actually something I meant to touch upon at the beginning is something that I saw in wrestling that's intrigued me. You know, Punk had that interview on Ariel Helwani's show.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw any of it in the end.
I've seen clips, yeah.
He was talking about, all the stuff that happened at AEW, why he's pleased to be back in WWE, and it seemed genuine.
Yes.
I think CM Punk could be labelled a lot of things. A liar doesn't strike me as one of those things. So I saw a post recently. I was actually discussing it with Jamie, our editor, and it said that the Young Bucks had the footage from All In backstage, the incident between Punk and Jack Perry, and they're going to show it on Dynamite. Don't do that. I don't care. It doesn't make, even if it makes Punk look awful.
It's already been done now.
You look like jackasses from doing it.
Yeah.
You just stop getting involved in this petty shit.
Yeah.
Move on. Focus on what you should be doing. It just, I'm at the point now, and I hope I'm wrong because it's bad for the business. I hope AEW stay around, but I don't think they're going to last another 3 years.
Do you not?
I think everything, because eventually it'll get to the point where if you see like the dwindling ticket sales, the number, I know TV isn't everything, but for AEW it's a large part of it because they don't really have a streaming network per se. They have, is it Triller, or it was formerly Fight TV that they use. So they don't have that kind of background behind them that WWE do. I'm just thinking at a certain point, Tony Khan's dad is going to say, this isn't making money, we're hemorrhaging too much.
All the funding.
We need to cut this out, which is basically what WCW did.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to be the case. I know a lot of people out there like AEW, that's fine. I like a lot of the in-ring matches can be quite good. But the business side of it is just, and the decision-making is so questionable with everything they do. And so I meant to shoehorn that in at the beginning of the show, but this just kind of made me think about it. Because the point I was trying to get onto was, let's say now AEW for whatever reason closed.
Yeah.
Triple H has his selection of all the talent that he could get his hands on and goes, let's do another invasion. I would back Triple H to do it right.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
I'd back him to do it right. I mean, Paul Heyman, I think, is one of the best creative minds in the history of wrestling.
Yes.
And if he says to me he's a Paul Levesque guy, I'm a Paul Levesque guy as well. Did I like the stuff he did in the early 2000s when he dominated over everyone as a champion and kind of buried people? No. Do I like what he's done creatively? Absolutely.
Very much so.
Absolutely.
Very
so
much so.
I will back him on this. And like I said, I want AEW to work. Just the trajectory they're going on, they will not. And I just saw that clip and I said, this is everything wrong with what you guys are doing.
I see.
And like I said, even if Punk comes out of it not looking great, the points he makes about how that company is run is evidence in them doing something like this. WWE wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Even if it absolutely buried whoever else.
Don't need to mention it, really, do you? Just carry on doing your job and
focus on your own shit.
Yeah.
And stop worrying about what the neighbours are doing.
Yeah, true.
That's an aside.
Okay.
But that was kind of what I was linking to with the DDP
Makes
character,
sense.
how it was wasted. I feel like had someone else been in control of it, we might have got a different version. But yeah, it was sad to see what they did with DDP because they had something there, even though he was older. Go from that to a DDP match.
Well, I wouldn't really call this a match, I'll be honest.
I would call it was on TV, they were in a ring, I heard a bell ring, I saw an ending to the match and I heard the bell ring again, so I'm going to call it a match. DDP versus the Big Show. Surprisingly...
Silly.
Huh?
So silly.
So I'm such a goof. Surprisingly, good reception for both men.
Yes.
So it show how starved the UK were. Sort of stuttering there a little bit. It shows how starved the UK were of quality wrestling, because I don't know. Maybe hindsight's a wonderful thing, but if I see those two coming out to a match, I probably pop for Big Show because it's just like seeing a huge guy. You're like, oh, cool, and then I go, oh, I don't want to see this.
Oh, okay.
But the UK, at the time, got behind it.
Yeah.
JR informs us that Show weighs 36 stone as the big man gives a hand signal to his wife that he's okay.
Oh.
You spot that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've taught me something there.
See? Love that.
DDP looks like such a goofy idiot standing with that shit-eating grin on his face.
He's got a cracking pair of gnashes though, let's be clear.
Oh, he does, yeah. He's got the Jurgen Klopps.
Yes.
He's got the full-on Roberto Firminos in his mouth. He's talking to Show, who's having none of it, and face plants DDT into the canvas. No, DDP. He doesn't face plant DDT. That would be interesting.
This is hard for my notes as well, though.
What have you called him?
No, I have done DDP, but I had to... when you write something enough in your phone... Because, yes, I get a lot of deliveries, so it does automatically change to DPD.
Love
but
that.
It's now programmed in there.
So other delivery services are available. So yeah, he's having none of it. He face plants Amazon Prime into the canvas. A brief parcel force chant starts. Show hits a big corner clothesline and follows with a flurry of knees. Flurry is a bit generous. Overhand chop misses.
I have a question.
Go for it.
On commentary, they say that Big Show is the biggest man... Well, I say it's a question. I might just pose it as a statement. The biggest man in the history of sports entertainment.
Wrong.
Thank you. Because, I mean, I'm not even saying wrestling as a whole, but in other sports entertainment...
Yeah, there's at least
many a basketball player, I'm sure, that's probably about a foot taller than him.
So I think Big Show is like 7 foot of that marking. I think 7'7".
Okay.
But yes, there have been many basketball players, many centres specifically that are 7'2", 3, 4, 5 in some cases. Ilgauskas, Yao Ming, Wilt Chamberlain back in the day, all of them taller.
I heard it and I was like, pretty sure that's not right. I know they just say stuff sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
It is what it is. But I was like,
it's hyperbole to kind of build up their stars. But it almost feels like they're trying to raise Andre the Giant as well.
Yeah,
because that was his whole thing, and we've discussed that on previous episodes. And I've been corrected, and I've corrected.
Pulled over hot coals for that. Yeah.
That's fine. People are entitled to their opinions, even if it's wrong. And there are but also in wrestling, neither of those two are the tallest.
No,
Giant Gonzalez.
Oh, okay.
Who, ironically, was a former Argentinian basketball player.
I see.
We will see him in an upcoming WrestleMania, and I am sorry.
Okay.
Because there's so many comments you'll have on him. I'm so excited because I know how shit the show is as well.
Oh, you know how angry I'm going to get about it?
Yeah. Sorry. So whilst I understand them doing that for Big Show, it just seems odd to think that they've got no reason to get rid of the Andre the Giant memory in this instance, but they've got to have something to sell for him because at this point in his career, not meaning to be disrespectful, he offers very little, I think, other than just his size. So that's the angle they're going with it.
Fine.
Back to the match. I've completely lost where I'm in the notes. Yeah, so we get a brief DDP chant. Show hits a big corner clothesline and follows with a flurry of knees. Did cover that. Overhand chop misses. DDP unloads with rights and lefts before several kicks to the gunt. Side headlock, but Show just stands, which is good because DDP's a tall man. I think he's about 6'5", 6'6". He's not a short lad. And DDP just gets lifted, elevated into the air. I thought that was quite a good visual, actually. Yeah. A succession of rights to the face returns them to the side headlock. Shoulder tackle sends DDP to the floor. Big Show impressively presses DDP back into the ring over the top rope. That was very nice.
That is impressive.
Very, very nice. 2 chop blocks bring Show to his knees. A third leads to a top rope clothesline that only just hits. I've put that's an awful, what I assume is meant to be a clothesline, but doesn't really do a lot. I think if you watch it back, you see DDP's foot slips as he goes to push off, so he doesn't get the trajectory he was looking for.
Okay.
Inverse Texas Cloverleaf is blocked as Show yanks DDP down to the canvas, but his tights... What? By his tights, not but his tights.
A reverse wedgie, I call that.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it looked like, to be fair, wasn't it? And chops him. 2 clotheslines by Show before he elevates and drops Page over the top rope.
Yep.
Second page of these notes for this match. Big Show looks for a choke slam, but a kick to the knee and diamond cutter drop him. Love a diamond cutter.
I love a diamond cutter, yeah.
Better than the RKO. Both men are down. Eventually DDP covers, but only gets a 2. Page kicks away at the knee, but Show grabs him by the throat. Great chokeslam by the big man, and we get a 1, 2, 3.
I don't think I've seen any of the Show matches that we've covered a bad chokeslam, I'll be honest.
No, I'd agree actually. What are you grading this match or not match as you called it?
1.
-1.
Okay.
I give it 0.
Just give it 1. I liked maybe 2 things in it.
No, I didn't like anything in it really. The chokeslam was fine, but the rest of it was not good.
I like the length of it. It wasn't long.
Which is why I give it a 0 and don't look into minus.
Minuses don't exist for me, I'm afraid.
They do when it's the Mr. T boxing match.
Well, yes, but that was a one-off.
Oh, you say that. You say that.
What follows this, I can't be bothered with, I'll be honest.
Well, I've written it down either way. Really awkward moment where DDP grabs the mic and says, that wasn't a bad thing, that was a good thing. But Big Show's music restarts before Page could say, so I'm getting out of this terrible country.
Yeah.
Very awkward.
It's pointless.
Made DDP look like an absolute job.
Yeah.
Absolute jobber. Back again we go, Chavo and Hugh, again outside the Divas locker room. So they left the... Oh, yeah, because Lita chased them out.
Yeah.
So they're now going back in. Okay. I was expecting something different from this. I thought at some point they're going to open it and, like, Kane's going to be stood there.
That would have been funny.
But nothing like that happens, spoiler alert, from something that happened 25 years ago or 24 years ago, 23, who cares. They burst into the room and a fully clothed Mighty Molly shrieks, "How dare you walk in on a superhero without her cape?" She still covers her breast though and storms off with carrying the cape. And then I put even here, I think I know where this is heading, but it doesn't, in terms of like a dude being there to kick ass. Chavo boos on the side of Mighty Molly, which is incredibly wrong.
Yes.
And said they struck out and then they leave. This is where we see then Shane McMahon hold a meeting. I mean,
it looks like they're about to play some poker.
On what appears to be halfway between a casino table and mob meeting.
Stop it!
Shane O'Mac is talking to Austin, Angle and Deborah. Shane talks about how much momentum they have going into Survivor Series. Austin agrees and puts his hand out, but he scratches his head as Angle goes to shake it. I like that.
Yeah.
Angle makes a noise in agreement, but Austin tells him not to interrupt. Which, again, I liked.
Yeah.
Angle compares them to the Knights of the Round Table. Austin laughs like a madman and slams his hat down, calling Angle pathetic. What?
Yeah. Yeah, you do that so good.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's just pointless chatter.
Do you know where the what chant started from?
No.
It wasn't Austin that technically gave himself that gimmick. It was a thing that Christian kept doing. Christian kept calling Stone Cold, would say something and then just go, "What?" at the end of it. And then so he'd go like, "Oh, so you're going to the airport, are you? What? You're going to do? Get on the plane, are you? What?"
Oh.
And would keep saying "what" to the point where Austin then started doing it back to him. And Austin then started using it in his promos.
Okay.
So Christian
Christian
helped come up with the what chant.
Ooh.
From here we go to a match which I know you're going to like.
Oh, didn't I just?
We see the Dudley Boys against the APA, against the Hardy Boys for the WCW Tag Team titles.
Yes. My first comment says, "Scott gon' be mad."
Why?
Don't the champs come up first?
Yeah. I just put, "Damn!" The APA receive a big roar from the crowd, but my God, do the Hardys have the woman behind them?
Don't they just?
The women folk were all over it.
The pitch. Love it. Love it.
Bubba shouts at Matt as he wants the two of them to start it off.
Yeah.
Big reverse waistlock takedown by Bubba. But as the pace quickens, Matt hits two arm drags and a leaping clothesline for a near fall.
Yep.
Bubba walks too close to the APA corner and Bradshaw tags himself in.
Nice.
Bubba starts striking Bradshaw, but here Matt drop him with a shoulder tackle, back elbow combination.
I like that.
I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Bradshaw DDTs Matt for 2. Big boot to Matt drops him and a right hand to Jeff knocks him off the apron.
Yeah, boo.
We should probably touch on the fact that this is your
this
prime
is my
Jeff Hardy
ultimate
gushing era.
100%.
Yes.
I'm so glad we watch these now when I am older and it's okay to save it to the wank bank.
Yes.
Like, honestly, this is peak Jeff Hardy
Well,
for
you
me.
can write with one hand, can't you?
Yeah, I'm ambidextrous, so it's fine.
Well, exactly. Are you actually ambidextrous?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
So
in
you can write with
certain
your left
things,
hand?
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone can...
Yeah.
Well, okay.
No, I don't mean like that.
All
That's
right.
how rude.
Well, sorry?
That's not what I meant.
Okay,
But
fine.
yes, writing, I can do it with both hands. Left is somewhat less neat than the
That's
right, but...
fascinating.
Well, thank you.
Sorry, that sounded like a lie, didn't it?
Yes.
No, I was genuinely serious because I don't think I know anyone who can do that.
Yeah.
You have to show me later. The writing, to be clear. Corner beat. I said, right, well, whatever you want to show. Corner beat down by Bradshaw. Matt is sat atop the buckles, but fires back with rights and hits a tornado DDT.
Again, I really like that.
I know you do. Near fall for the Hardys. Anything the Hardys do you like.
Yep.
Jeff tagged in, and both Holly and the women erupt.
Yeah, the girls cheering are... Oh, he's just... Sorry,
I
this
can't
I'm
even describe
so,
that gesture that I saw there.
Mm.
Double suplex on Bradshaw gets a 2 count.
Lovely.
Heyman asks what type of person goes to work with a baseball hat on.
Yes.
The irony being he does.
Yes, I thought that was quite funny.
JR cleverly says baseball players.
Yeah.
Fair point, Joel. You got him. Heyman had nothing on that. Farouk tagged in and beats on Jeff as we hear, "We want tables."
Yeah, of course.
And an air horn. That's how you know it's in England.
Oh, yeah.
Wild power slam from Farouk.
Uh-huh.
The big man claims that Jeff's arse is his, and Holly would disagree.
Oh, no.
Jeff slips out the back of a Dominator. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? That's the name of the move, just to be clear. Attempted backslide is impressively flipped by Jeff, who hits a shotgun dropkick. Devon with a blind tag.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, just I don't want you to lose your place, but what is the difference between... So what was that dropkick?
Shotgun dropkick.
What's the difference between a shotgun dropkick and a missile dropkick?
Okay, so missile dropkick is, well, from the top rope for a start.
Okay, but you can't do a standing...
Missile dropkick. No, you just do a dropkick.
Cool. Okay.
The reason I call it a shotgun dropkick is because it's... Have you seen, how Finn Balor sets up dropkicks in the corner before doing the coup de grace?
Yes.
He kind of does it so he lands on his back, but he puts emphasis in the kick rather than the pretty side traditional dropkick. So if I ever say shotgun dropkick,
that's what you mean.
Because I feel like
it's more
I've
of a pullback and a...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So it'd hit you like a shotgun.
Yeah.
Or kind of how Gunther hits the Tyrannosaurus kick, dropkick.
Yes. Okay.
Same thing.
Right, thank you.
No worries. He runs straight into a drop toe hold by Farouk. Flying clothesline by Devon. We want tables again. Running swinging neckbreaker by Devon, who gets cocky and is hit with a spine buster for 2 before Bubba breaks it up. Dudley's look to hit "What's up?"
No.
But no,
no,
just no. But Bradshaw thwarts it. Very impressive super fallaway slam by Bradshaw.
So good.
Very good.
So good.
Reverse 3D to Farouk. Clothesline from hell on Bubba. Twist of fate on Farouk. And 1, 2, 3. APA are gone. I thought that was it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got a bit confused, but...
You surprised me.
Also, I know this was never going to happen, because if you look at the team, obviously they're not going to eliminate the Dudleys, because they're the ones with the belts, but I was like, I just want to watch these two teams. I don't really want to watch the others. I don't care. I don't hate them. I got nothing against them. But I really like the APA, obviously, at this time. Just... But
the Dudleys are the ones who go against the Hardys a lot.
I know, and it's not that I don't like watching them, but if it's a 3-way, I know which 2 I want to play with. That sounds awful. It's not how I meant it.
It's not how
not how I meant it either.
Yeah, I can see you running a train on that.
Oh, fuck off.
Double back elbows on Devon before the fist drop senton combo.
Oh my god.
Double suplex to Bubba, who screams reset, so he knows he wants everyone to go back to their corners. I assume that's why he shouted reset.
Okay.
So reset your position. Bubba shoves Jeff away with his legs and clobbers Hardy as Devon held him in place. Devon gets the tables.
Right. So sorry. This is just a tag elimination match, right? So tables aren't allowed?
Correct.
So... Okay, thank you.
Because the Dudleys are fucking idiots.
I've just written in this and I'm like, I'm so confused over what is allowed in these matches anymore.
No, I told you before. So the Dudleys... Sorry, that sounded like I was having a pop at you there. But the Dudleys play the roles of morons. They want to use tables in every match. Surprised they don't get disqualified more.
But yeah, I was like, I don't understand this, but fine.
After Devon gets the tables, Hardy baseball drop kicks the wood into Devon's face.
Nice.
Yeah, wood in the face. Big Bubba bomb to Jeff. Hair pull slam. Corner beat down by Devon, who tosses Jeff to the floor.
Yeah.
Looking at your face when I said that phrase. Bubba bounces Jeff's head off the announce desk. Devon gets a near fall. Headlock now on Jeff, but he fights free but runs into a power slam that gets a 2 count.
Yeah.
Pair of elbow drops by Bubba before a falling axe handle as he shouts, "Here's your stinking table!" 2 count.
Oh,
very, very loud is our Bubba Ray.
Isn't he just?
Jeff is hung in the Tree of Woe as Bubba lays in the boot. Bubba mouths at Matt from the second rope, allowing for Jeff to punch him in the dick.
Drink.
What, drink? No. Super Hurricane Runner gets a 2 count and both men are down.
I liked that Jeff did that, lands on his feet.
Yeah.
I don't know, just liked it.
Just
thought to be honest, he could fucking do anything. I
bet he could. I bet he could. I bet he's the exception.
Not anything.
Matt blocks a corner charge from Devon. No, I've missed it. Matt and Devon both tagged in. Clothesline and net breaker to Devon. DDT to Bubba. Holly's debating everything she's ever said.
I don't even know where I am in my notes anymore because you just throw me off track.
Yeah, I threw you off. Matt blocks a corner charge from Devon before connecting with a second rope leg drop. 2 count. Poetry in motion to Bubba.
Okay, I'm back, yep.
But the attempt on Devon misses.
Yeah.
Double clothesline sees Jeff miss a swanton bomb. Bubba then throws Jeff to the floor, and the twist of fate is converted into a 3D, or counted into a 3D. 1, 2, 3. The champs retain.
Yeah, boo.
What are you scoring this?
I actually scored it at 3.25.
2.5 from Dave.
Okay.
I would give it a 3.
Yeah.
Quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Not
Better.
just for the reasons, but there was good wrestling content.
Yeah, it flowed pretty well. There weren't many stilted or awkward interactions between the teams. So I was fine with that. Yeah, I would probably lean towards a 3 if I'm scoring that myself.
Lovely.
Which I am. We then get the classic Hazards Are Real.
Oh, I remember this. This video. So good.
Yeah, I vividly remember this from my childhood.
Yeah.
But the hazards are real.
I really remember it, but you know there's a part in the video, maybe we'll have to watch it later, if we can find it on YouTube, where it says careers ended in an instant.
Who's that on the stretcher?
Who is that on the stretcher?
I could be wrong. I think it's Angle, but I don't think that was actually a career-ending incident. I could be wrong.
I just never, because you don't see like the top of their body. You just see these legs, and I always wondered when I was younger who it was.
Singlet, so I was thinking Kurt Angle, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, maybe I'll try and find out. But
yeah, careers have been ended, but not necessarily in the footage that they've shown.
Yeah,
you couldn't really.
No, absolutely not. But I'm always been intrigued about whose legs
That's
they
a fair
are.
question. I'm sure someone will know the answer. So please. Ladies and gentlemen of the Win Twice universe, if you could educate us on that, that would be much appreciated. We then get JR and Heyman talking about The Rock and Jericho.
Yes.
Heyman is wearing a pair of Dudley glasses at this point as JR talks about Rock and Jericho not getting along. We obviously see that play out later in the Survivor Series match, but it shows a lot of the interactions of why they're fallen out. We see footage from SmackDown where Booker T and Test beat them for the WWF Tag Titles.
My God.
Who's not on this show. The two men then have a brawl that culminates with 2 rock bottoms on Y2J. Because I think Y2J misses and hits a missile drop kick or something on the Rock during the match, which kind of leads to the finish. We then go backstage where we see Vince is sat between Rock and Jericho.
Yeah.
Vince is wearing a disgusting brown leather jacket over a brown shirt. Looks like a billionaire arse splat.
Okay.
McMahon is playing mediator, reminding them how important Survivor Series is that's coming up.
I'll just in my next note.
Okay, do you want to play that?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's in a minute.
Vince demands they shake hands, which they do, and Rock says, no problems. No problems. Y2J wishes Rock luck and says, try not to lose another big one. The Rock says that he'll take that with him to the ring tonight, and he wants to give Jericho something that he can take with him. And then punches him in the face.
Right.
I enjoyed that.
I mean, it's quite funny. When they start having their little roll around on the sofa, I don't know why, right? And I probably have said this before. If I haven't said it on here, I've definitely said it to you. Rock obviously wrestles in trunks, pants, whatever you want to call them. I don't know why, but I find it really odd when you then see them in their pants and a t-shirt. I don't know
it's a bit
why.
toddlerish.
It's like you're at the beach and you've come out of the sea and your parents have just put a t-shirt on you.
And sun cream.
Like I don't know why, it just really...
I think it's because it's childish.
Oh, it's odd to me.
Because no adult does that voluntarily.
No.
I mean, I don't.
Like it's not just him either, like there's so many people that... It's like when I've seen Punk come out sometimes and he's got an actual t-shirt on, not even a vest.
Yeah.
And pants, and I'm like... I can't do it in my head.
I think it's because it's childlike. That's the only thing that
maybe.
I can relate
it's
it
weird,
to.
isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not an ideal look, I'll give you that. And I don't really want to overthink that because then it will probably make me go, when I see it going forward.
Well, I shall pass it on as you and your lovely wife have done, passing on some visuals to me that...
Excuse me? No, you need to clarify
wrestling visuals to me.
Sent you a few videos, yeah?
About... certain people and making me see them in different ways, which is very upsetting. Yeah. Hasn't worked yet, but it does play on my mind.
Well, we'll be seeing him later, won't we?
Oh, yes, we will.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Shrek.
Oh, lovely.
So they fight, and we see referees and agents have to pull the two men apart.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the end of that segment.
Yep.
William Regal
Yes.
comes to the ring.
Of course.
Heyman informs us that William Regal is Tony Blair's idol. JR apologises for the asinine comment. Mixed reaction for the Alliance Commissioner, who does get cheered when he says it's good to be back in England.
Yep.
Then he's booed for suggesting most of them use their dole money.
Oh.
Dole money, for those of our US fans, is basically unemployment
Yeah.
money, so it's the same thing. And he's probably not wrong. Regal says he is better role model than David Beckham and any Manchester United player.
Boo.
Or you'll likely end up in Strangeways up the street. Again,
There's-
for those US fans, that's a well-known prison.
Yeah, I was
in
going to say,
Manchester.
like, I do get it because it's obviously in the UK, but if most of your fan base as well is US, I thought it was quite interesting to really reference some, like, Strangeways. Like, I obviously know that prison.
Yeah.
I say obviously. I know
Yeah,
that
you've done
of
the
that
rounds.
prison.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, I thought it was interesting, but also
It's because
no
they're
one's
mainly...
going to know that.
Granted, it's mainly because they're playing to the local crowd.
Yeah.
So they're giving them something to get a visceral reaction out of
He
them.
plays that part so damn well.
He does, and he's a fairly local lad as well, with
Yeah,
Blackpool, isn't
exactly.
it?
Well close.
But then, Tajiri's music hits.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
The match is William Regal against Tajiri, which is another match that we've seen two
Yes.
times now.
Yes.
We saw it at Survivor Series.
Yep.
If I've learned anything from this podcast so far, Holly, it's that I fucking love Tajiri.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Everything about him, love it.
I liked him back then, but then seeing it now, I'm like, oh yeah, absolute legend.
I've got a greater appreciation for him now.
Yes.
We've seen him in a few things as well.
Yes.
So
But this is how I remember him.
yes,
If
because
you
you
know
saw
what I
the
mean.
very different version of him
Yes.
at Living Dangerously.
Still
99.
really enjoyed that.
I did.
But this is how I proper remember him.
Agreed. So Regal powers Tajiri into the corner off the collar and elbow. A clean break, but Tajiri threatens a kick, as he always should. Side headlock, but Tajiri escapes via a top wrist lock. They break, and a beautiful kick lands from Tajiri.
Regal sucks. Regal sucks.
Quite. Nice mat exchange between the two sees a monkey flip roll through, pinned by Regal, but that is then countered. Grounded spinning head scissors sends the Alliance Commissioner arse over tea kettle.
Lovely.
Kick and Insiguri sends Regal to the floor.
Yep.
Tajiri teases a plancha, but delivers a baseball drop kick instead.
Nice.
So he made to look like he was going
Yes.
over, but then used the pendulum momentum,
Yes.
we'll call it, to kick him. Great. Slapped to the chest by the buzzsaw, but Regal sends him face first into the ring post.
Drink.
Regal tosses him to the ropes before driving his sternum into the apron. Yeah, so they're on the outside and he kind of bounces him up.
Yes.
I don't know what that was leading to because it didn't look like it would hurt, but then the sternum into the apron is fair enough. Back in the ring, and Tajiri hits a backdrop and standing moonsault.
I love that.
I know you do. Near fall. Regal lands a big southpaw punch and grinds the forearm into the face on a 2 count. Multiple pins here, just one after the other. Chin lock by the Commissioner, but Tajiri fights free but takes a huge knee to the temple for a 2 count. That looked like it landed hard.
It did.
Chin and arm lock, but again Tajiri fights free. Regal catches the crossbody attempt and bollocks the buzzsaw on the top rope.
Yes.
Like, not pleasant looking landing for our friend from Japan. Regal boots him down and swipes the flat of his boot across Tajiri's brow. Nice little heel move that. Double knees to the nose, which always looks painful. And the beatdown continues as the crowd chant Regal sucks.
Yeah.
The buzzsaw looks possessed before hit with a European uppercut, like eyes are rolling into the back of his head and shit. He's doing the Undertaker's gimmick, which is fine because Undertaker wasn't doing that gimmick now.
Yeah.
Big chest slap by Tajiri, but his drop kick is swatted away. Lovely head kick from the apron by Tajiri, and his missile drop kick connects. 2 count. Handspring back elbow connects, a classic Tajiri.
Freaking love that.
He almost seems to kind of hang as well before he hits the elbow.
Yeah.
And it's very pretty, very pretty. We see the tarantula locked in, but his top rope moonsault finds no water in the pool.
Yeah. It was so nice though.
It was.
It's a shame that obviously no one's home, but also before this, Heyman states on commentary the only good thing about Tajiri is that he scored Tori Wilson.
That's a bonus.
And I was like,
but that is far from the only good thing.
I would beg to differ, I'll be totally honest.
You booked him, Paul. You know what he brings to the table.
Like, he's brilliant.
Regal stretch is then applied, and referee Brian Hebner continues to ask if Tajiri wants to quit, despite him tapping instantly.
Yes.
He's tapping the whole time.
Tap straight away. Oh,
and the ref's like, do you want to quit?
I told you I was fucking
done. I'm still tapping. Still tapping.
Yes.
Like, it goes on for like seconds.
Yes.
Which doesn't sound too long, but it looked ridiculous. From there, Regal has handprints on his chest from Tajiri.
Welts.
And he catches a green mist as he celebrates. Big kick follows.
Nice.
Holly, score this match for me.
3.
2.5 by Big Dave. Oh. I will go 2.75.
Really enjoyed that.
Nice.
Really enjoyed it.
Better than their Survivor Series match?
Yes.
Okay.
For me.
And Regal didn't get a bloody nose this time.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Quite. Again, I'm a fan of Tajiri's work. What can I say?
Yeah.
After this, we then see Michael Cole interview Kurt Angle.
The youngest Michael Cole I've ever seen.
Yeah, although he kind of looks old at the same time. It's weird. A perpetually frosty Cole asks Angle what he...
Frosted tips.
Oh, it's unbelievable. He asks Angle what he has to do to beat Jericho and leave as WCW champion. Angle says that the audience looks like they all escaped Strangeways prison. Second reference for that.
Reference, yeah.
A lot of Strangeways talk.
Yeah.
Kurt says Jericho's nickname is stupid. Y should be for yellow. 2 is for poopy.
Honestly.
And J stands for jerk. He calls him Mickey Mouse, then sings the song, flashes his medals, saying they are not Mickey Mouse. Well, those ones actually are.
Yes.
That you've got round your neck, to be honest, Kurt.
This whole segment, I literally just wrote, has he lost it? I don't understand it. Oh, it's true.
I went through 3 phases on this.
Yeah.
Went, this is crap. Oh no, it's so crap it's funny. Oh no, it's crap.
Yeah.
That's basically what my brain did on this one.
It took you on that little tiny roller coaster.
It took me on the flying fish at Thorpe Park.
Ooh, good reference.
And yeah, like I said, I will criticise something of Kurt Angle's if I don't think it was great.
Yes.
I don't think this was great.
No, this was awful.
Awful.
No, I'm not a big fan of backstage promos. Anyway, this
half of wrestling. Holly's not a fan.
I know, but this was just nah.
There's only actually about a quarter of wrestling Holly likes. She doesn't like all the backstage stuff. So that's half of it, and she doesn't like about 3/4 of the matches.
Yeah.
So she likes 1/8 of professional wrestling,
much,
and that's enough to build a podcast.
It is.
Time for the match. Kurt Angle versus Chris Jericho for the WCW Championship. Champion comes out second, so we're fine.
Oh, well, see, I got confused as well. Shocker. Because I was like, hang on. Angle's a champ too, though. But he's the US champion?
United States. The WCW United States champion.
So I was like, oh, fuck me. This is the time when there's like 25 belts. And I'm just like, everyone's fucking got one at this point. And
I was about to say they start unionising, but they start unifying.
Oh, unionising?
Yeah, they didn't unionise.
No.
Jesse would have been all for that back in the day. But Hogan... no, put a scupper to that. Holly, I'm very much looking forward to this one. Yeah. I would assume you are, but who are you backing?
Jericho.
You know I've got to back our boy.
Oh yeah, I know. I do. See, now as I'm older, I have a higher appreciation for Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
But this Jericho is my favourite.
Come on, baby!
My favourite Jericho. Let's be clear.
Okay. I get it. The match starts and we get an aggressive collar and elbow that leads to a waistlock takedown by Y2J, showing his amateur pedigree that he doesn't have.
Yes.
The tussle continues to the corner where Angle has a punch blocked and Jericho fires back. Series of chops against the ropes and a slap for good measure. Back elbow drops Angle off a whip. Fireman's carry takedown by Kurt because he is that good. Yep. But he eats a spinning heel kick. Oh.
Yeah.
3 Amigos by Y2J before they were attributed to Eddie, and Jericho floats over for a count of 2. Beautiful high German suplex by Angle, who woos after he connects.
It's just another level.
It's so good, isn't it?
Suplex from him. It's
another level, yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Leap you up and down, all that good stuff.
Until you say stop.
Yeah, okay.
There's a song, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, she wasn't actually offering to lick me like a lollipop there. Actually, to be fair, did they even were they a UK band? They were, weren't
Another
they?
level, yeah.
Yeah. So the US listeners of this will have no idea what we've just referenced, probably.
I don't know how popular that song was, but you know.
Give it a listen.
It's a tune.
I don't want to say you won't regret it, but you'll need to experience it, I think, to understand that reference. Angle slam blocked by a leg hook, and a Walls of Jericho sees Kurt make the ropes.
Yes.
Second rope springboard dropkick knocks Kurt off the apron.
Nice.
Jericho follows and chops Kurt before sending him shoulder first into the ring post.
And drink.
Eye rake by the Olympian, who throws chops of his own.
Right, eye rake, Borov. No, get in the bin.
Fucking hell, that came out of nowhere.
Get in the bin.
Okay.
Oh, I just can't be arsed with them.
Right.
I'm not doing them or receiving them. When I see it, boo.
There's a lot of eye raking in this era.
I know.
Y2J goes ribs first into the apron, but sends Angle crashing into the ring stairs. That was hard as well.
Yes.
Back in the ring, and Jericho connects with the top rope crossbody for a 2 count.
Lovely.
Y2J punches down at Kurt. But because Angle is the shit, he picks the ankle, looking for the ankle lock, but gets kicked off. Angle gets thrown shoulder first into the ring post twice.
And 2 drinks, please.
4 fingers.
Hey.
The full Kit Kat. A shoulder breaker in 2020. Oh, no, words. A shoulder breaker in 2001. I was saying that we only ever really see them in like 80s and 90s and like early 90s. And then we get one in 2001 in the next show.
I know.
Bastard. Jericho's changing the script. Not literally.
Okay.
Angle looks to beg off, but attempts a sunset flip off a whip.
Yes.
Jericho shifts into a strange armbar that Angle rolls through, but his German suplex gets blocked by a swift right elbow. That was a fun exchange.
Yeah.
We've got here. Enjoyed that. Nice. Kurt looks for a belly to belly, but Y2J fights free, having earlier worked over the Olympian's arm. Hot shot over the ropes by Angle sets up for a beautiful belly to belly suplex. What's your note? You're laughing.
I don't understand what it means.
Well, you have to say it now.
I don't know if we're there yet.
Okay. Well, jump in when you think it feels right.
Oh, God.
Angle conducts a corner beatdown. Jericho misses a drop kick and Kurt looks for the walls, but Y2J spins free.
Oh, yeah, no, I think it was that bit.
Okay, what was it?
Angle is going commando.
What?
Question mark, question. Oh, it must have been a commentary. They must have said something on commentary, and I was like, what the hell does that mean?
I have no
Completely
idea.
taken out of context. Like, I've just written that, and I'm like, why
I don't even remember hearing that.
Doesn't matter.
I was enjoying the match.
Yeah, I don't understand. Who fucking knows?
Jericho gets an elbow off a corner whip. I've put send here. Second rope axe handle is blocked by Angle. Counters with a second belly to belly suplex. 2 counts.
Nice.
Short arm clothesline drops Jericho. Vertical suplex gets a near fall.
Lovely.
Reverse chin lock applied by Angle. Boom.
Are you ready?
Holly, can you do the honours, please?
I'm asleep. I'm awake.
Y2J starts flapping his hands like my wife does when she sees a spider. Y2J looks to escape but picks the leg of Angle, or Angle does, I should say, and he drives the boots into Y2J. Kitchen sink attempt by Angle is countered into a schoolboy for a 2 count.
Yes, lovely.
Angle hits a clothesline and offloads with some mounted punches. Another chin lock by the Olympian, but Y2J frees himself with an enziguri.
Yes, lovely.
Mm-hmm. Both men are down. Jericho hits 2 punches before a flying forearm. Shoulder tackle leads to a neck breaker. Hurricane Rana by Y2J gets 2 as he then avoids a German with a victory roll into an ankle lock.
Yeah.
Angle makes the ropes. Suplex counter by Kurt, who hits a trifecta of German suplexes for a close fall.
I really enjoy it. It's the simple things for me. I enjoy it when he keeps it locked in.
Yes.
It's impressive.
Lock, stock and loaded. Ankle lock... that's right. Ankle lock applied, but it is nicely countered into the walls of Jericho by an ankle pick.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Kurt gets the ropes again. As Y2J is arguing with the official, Angle blindsides him, but is hit with a bulldog off a corner whip. Lion Salt meets the knees. Following Angle slam is countered into a schoolboy roll-up for the 1, the 2, the 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't expecting it to end like that.
No.
Jericho retains the WCW title. Angle has none of it and hits an Angle slam, a second for good measure. It is odd when the loser's music is played after having a bitch fit.
Isn't it?
I
don't feel like they should be rewarded with that either.
No, we talk about it in Armageddon 2000, where after every finisher, after the match finishes...
Oh my God, they played new music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who's got that lined up? Going, right, Stunner? They should do it in a match.
It's like all the different buttons in front of you going, this is that music, that's that one, press it. Stop, that one.
Yeah.
Press that one. Oh.
Imagine if they did it in a match, though.
It'd be quite funny, but
annoying. It would be awful.
I'd have to watch it on mute.
That'd be like Bill Alfonso with a whistle for me.
Oh, God.
We'll have to revisit him soon.
No.
What do you score this match, Holly?
3.25.
3.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the one you've come closest to so far.
Wow.
I agree with Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. If it didn't have I'm asleep, I'm awake, maybe it would have got higher.
But you love the opportunity to get that in.
I do.
Every time I see it, I just put, Holly, can you do the honours?
Yeah.
And I know what's coming.
Absolutely.
Backstage, Michael Cole interviews The Rock.
Oh, this is fucking weird.
Oh, isn't it? Rock thanks Michael Cole for asking a good question, when he must have woken up thinking about asking the Great One a question and been concerned. He also must be thinking about a pub and getting English pie. Pussy, is what he means there. No, going to a cabaret club and getting some strudel.
I wish people could just see what you did.
Dick. Get it, Holly? The Rock means cock and pussy.
Thank you. Yes, I did
You're
understand
welcome.
this.
Just in case.
The connotation, yes.
Why does The Rock sniff his hand like that before saying English pie again?
Yeah, I don't. It just made me feel weird.
It unsettled me to a great degree.
Yeah.
I like The Rock. This is weird.
Very odd.
Rock asks which way he swings. It doesn't matter which way you swing! Holy shit, how Hogan-like can Rock be when he starts rambling?
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing the same mannerisms, but when Hogan starts rambling and talks about really odd, obscure shit, that's what it felt like The Rock was doing here.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, he didn't really have a point that he wanted to make.
No. This, I'll be honest, I did go pour a drink when this was happening.
And then The Rock just takes the microphone off Michael Cole, says, if you smell L, you have to do the rolling of the L at this point.
Oh, yeah.
What The Rock is cooking.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Trish introduced as special referee.
It's not her music, though.
No, it's her original music.
Yeah, but it's not... This is not Trish, for me.
Yeah. Well, it's Trish enough for me.
I bet it is.
Heyman says Trish looks better with her top off. Me, personally, I'd find it somewhat distracting. Just putting it out there. She was going to ref this match.
Fine.
Although, to be fair, based
you?
on this match, it would be a massive improvement.
Well,
not to, demean a female wrestler here, but this match,
this match
is awful.
It's not the best.
So bad. Right, the match we're talking about is Mighty Molly and Stacy Keibler versus Tori Wilson and Lita.
So let's put a very... I mean, they're all very pretty girls, let's be clear. But let's put a stunning girl with someone who can wrestle.
Tori and Lita?
Yeah. As in, you've got Molly, Mighty Molly, right? Can wrestle.
Who's my second favourite out of the four?
Well, Keibler is there. No, but I'm saying, saying, do
so
you know what I mean?
Putting a good wrestler with a bad wrestler.
Someone's there for the wank bank.
Yeah, basically. So Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson both started out in WCW.
Okay.
They'd only been around the business for at this point 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
Weren't really used as they weren't used as wrestlers in WCW.
More like
managers, yeah, basically. Stacey Keibler, I think, had some sort of dealings
with valets, whatever they're called.
David Flair.
Okay.
Tori Wilson was at one point aligned with the Wolfpack, so Kevin Nash and I think Hogan for a while, and Savage, because they actually wanted Tori Wilson to be Randy Savage's manager at the time. And Randy Savage's missus, who wasn't Elizabeth at this point, wasn't comfortable with the idea of Savage going around the country with Tori, so she agreed to do it herself. So that was Gorgeous George.
Okay.
So you won't have seen anything of Gorgeous George. We'll see her at some point in a WCW episode, I'm sure. She was a stripper originally, perhaps unsurprisingly. And Randy Savage showed her kindness, effectively.
Okay.
And I think she admits that, but then she said he started getting a bit crazy down the line. Which, so for example, she gave references of this.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a good example. So they would, obviously she was managing him, they'd be at conventions where they'd be signing stuff or events for WCW signing stuff. And because Savage charged so much, not a lot of people were going to him, but they could afford Gorgeous George's signature. So they'd ask her, and he said, no, you can't have hers unless you get mine as well. And he basically didn't want her... What it sounds like is he didn't want her to be able to make a name for herself, because it would then mean that she could stay in the business and do well for herself without needing him.
Oh, I see.
This was around the period where Sable appeared in Playboy.
Oh, yeah.
And people were getting in Randy's ear saying, oh, you're going to be like Mark Mero, who was Sable's fella. And it was talked about at the time that Gorgeous George was approached to be in Playboy.
Right.
And Savage said she could do it as long as he was on the cover with her. Why? That's just odd.
Interesting.
Really odd. I heard that fairly recently. I think I heard it from... I want to say I listened to it on the Laps Fan podcast, but I just was unsurprised by it at the same time, but a little bit of background on where Tori Wilson, how she linked into the WCW side of things. But you're right, Mighty Molly, who was also... I think she was Miss Madness. She was Miss Madness and associated with Randy Savage. She was a good wrestler, and her and Medusa... So Alundra Blaze, who inducted Bull Nakano the other night, wanted to train Gorgeous George, but Randy Savage didn't want her to be trained because, again, it would develop her.
Because then it takes her away from needing him.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. And Tori Wilson not a wrestler, Stacey Keebler not a wrestler, and my God, does it show? They're
like, well, I know Tori Wilson was, and she's gone back to doing that now, isn't it? Like sports, fitness stuff. So, but they are all absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I mean. Don't get me wrong, they're not ugly at all.
Stunning.
But I forgot how good Tori Wilson looked. Just her face, I mean, it's just like, oh wow, she's very pretty.
Very pretty. I could kill for Stacey Keebler's legs, let's be clear. Legs for days.
You're 90% torso, as you tell.
Yeah, I'd be like 10 foot tall if I had her fucking legs.
That would really minimise the dating pool for
wouldn't
you,
it just? I struggle as it is.
I need someone who's 11 foot.
I would only hang around where they play basketball.
Basically, yeah. What are they called? So the ring rats are for wrestling.
Yeah,
what are they
I don't know. Basketball?
Court jockeys?
Well, who knows?
So this match, right. As Stacey enters the ring, Heyman says he wishes he was the second rope.
Oh yeah,
because of the way she straddles it, obviously.
Yeah.
And her mere existence turns him on. That's a sentence.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a compliment.
It is, but it's an odd thing to say.
Yeah.
I did put here, not an ugly match by any stretch of the imagination, this. Well, until it actually starts, I mean. Obviously don't start with Stacey and Tori.
Yeah.
Obviously don't start with the ones that can't wrestle. Why would you start with the worst two? It's mental.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Kick by Stacey, but Tori rolls through a snapmare attempt. Weird whip sees Tori cartwheel through. Stacey does the same. Tori drop kicks the lower back until we get a shocking schoolgirl roll up.
Yeah, it's like Stacey falls over, doesn't she? She like stumbles backwards.
Yep. Lita, who has a shiner, I noticed. She got a black eye. I didn't see that in the naked bit earlier, or the lingerie bit. Yeah. Well, to be fair, you didn't see much of her face. No? Well, she just kind of runs and throws a shoe. Did you notice it, Holly?
No.
Well, okay.
No.
Clear my name on that one. But yeah, no, I wasn't looking at it.
No.
And from here, do you know what? I'm so eager to skip this match. I bypassed a third of my notes here
did you?
just to try and get through it quicker. But no, let's do the job properly. After the awful schoolgirl roll-up, Lita, who has a shiner, tags in and Stacey just falls over.
Yeah.
She just falls over of nothing.
Yep.
Body slam to Stacey and Molly breaks the pin. And body slam doesn't take it well.
I mean, I am obviously not a wrestler, so I never know how to take a slam, but I've watched enough that I would hope you'd land on your back, not your feet first.
She kind of also lands on her elbows before she hits her back as well.
It looks more painful just than... I don't know.
It almost looks, Holly, like she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
I'm trying to be a little bit...
No, you've got to call out the bullshit. That was awful. Molly breaks up the pin. This is so awful, I'm now angry.
Oh dear.
I want this match to end. Yeah. I want it not to have happened.
Okay.
Corner clothesline by Lita. First decent move so far.
Yes.
Oh God. The up and over in the opposite corner is woeful. Back suplex was fine. No, don't tag Tori.
Yeah.
She second guesses a kick before throwing one. Awful slap.
Yeah, I've just got a slap. What the fuck?
Molly gets a soft kick to Tori's back off a whip. Molly now tagged in. Face first into the canvas goes Tori. 2 elbow drops to the back. No, don't tag Stacey back in. Nice leg choke though, I'll give her that.
I tell you what, actually, that I like. Purely because it's all about them fucking legs. Let's be clear.
Well, they go on for days.
They do.
Molly chokes Tori as Trish has to shuffle around pretending she can't fucking see it. She's literally looking out of her peripherals and they're edging her way around. It's awful. It's like she's a mannequin, like in Thunderbirds. just going round. It doesn't
Lady
look
Vanellope.
right. Yes, quite. Molly, the legal woman. Well, they're all legally women, as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
Molly, now the legal woman. Yep, lovely snap suplex by Molly, and Tori takes that well, actually.
Doesn't she?
Who knocks Lita off the apron. Double team Boston Crab and Camel Clutch. What have you put?
God, Stacey is incapable of staying on her feet, just like a freshly born giraffe.
That is excellent.
Thank you.
That is excellent work, Holly. 2 count from that. I actually didn't mind the double submission thing. That was pretty good. Backbreaker by Molly, but the Molly go round misses and she lands dead on her ass.
That must proper jar your back.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as there's a masseuse on hand, like, because of all this kind of like impact, I imagine it works up quite a lot of tension. Now Lita gets back in. Yeah. Yay. These two should have been the match.
Yes.
Just these two.
Fine.
2 clotheslines by Lita and a head scissors takedown follows.
Lovely.
Corner whip stacks up Stacey and Molly.
Oh.
Now this I liked. Lita wants poetry in motion, but Molly springs off the back of Tori instead and drops Lita with a clothesline.
That was clever.
Good. I like that. That was decent.
Followed very closely by something not so decent.
Yeah, so slingshot by Tori sends Molly into Stacey. Twist of fate to Molly, and that is the 1, the 2, the 3. Thank God this is over. Well, Stacey shoves Trish, who slaps and then bulldogs her.
Yeah, Bobs.
What are you scoring this debacle?
0.25. And I gave it 0.25 because there were some bits in there that were decent, purely provided by Lita and Molly.
Mm-hmm.
It did. Why did it? I don't know. So many questions.
I don't know why they felt the need to not just have
Lita and Molly.
Because Tori and Stacey, I'm not saying they didn't try, but they clearly weren't ready.
No.
They shouldn't have been put in that position. It should have just been Molly against Lita, because it wasn't serving a purpose for anything.
No.
And you could still have had Trish slap Molly. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It would have worked, but hey ho, you know.
So Dave's scoring for this, -1. Almost don't blame him.
Yeah, I normally I don't agree with a minus, just give it a 0, but you know what? Fine.
I give it a 0.
Yeah.
I give it a 0, but I'm close to falling into the negative on this. That's how bad it was. We then get an Austin and Rock highlight package.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't look sold on this one.
That's fine. I just don't need it. Just give me the match.
We see Austin beating Rock at WrestleMania 17 and Austin later joining the Alliance. The Rock is courted by both the WWF and the Alliance when he returns from movie work. He then rock bottoms Vince and does the same to Shane, who thinks that he sided with the Alliance. He confirms he's with the WWF but has only come back for a measure of revenge. Main event time.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock for the WWF title.
The Battle of the Pants.
Battle of the Pants. That's such a belittling comment for these two men. Like, two of the greatest to ever do it.
I do think they're brilliant, but I just, they're both in pants. Come on.
Right, let me start this one off.
Ooh.
No. Austin should not be coming out first as champion. I love Rock, but no.
And also, when did Stone Cold get his decent music?
Oh, he'd already had the decent music and then gone to this. This was the heel music.
No.
Yep.
Boo.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this version either. The crowd explode for Rocky.
Of course.
As he's posing for the fans in the corner, Austin strikes.
Yep.
Rights in one corner and chops in another as the fans chant, Rocky, Rocky. Yep. Rock reverses with rights and chops of his own. Now this is a thing Rock does which always annoys me. Always annoys me. I don't know if you've ever spotted it. He looks out the corner of his eye at the big screen to see himself on it as he's doing his moves.
No, but now you've said it.
And it
it's
really
one of those
fucks
annoying
me
things
off.
Now that I see.
I will say, I don't think I see him do it at the WrestleMania 40 match.
Okay, because that's the only one I haven't seen, isn't it, of last night?
So we'll get to that. Before. I'm pretty sure I don't see him do that.
Because you did this to me before with the pins. You told me the secret of when they're looking, and now it's all I can chuff and see. So
the thing is, though, like I don't understand why you need to look.
You can just hear, can't you?
Go 1, unless the ref's going 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, you fucking bastard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just But this really annoys me, and I'm a Rock fan, but stop this.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Rock explodes out of the corner from a whip with a clothesline, which is something that he was wont to do. We see it a little bit later as well. Swinging neckbreaker might be move of the night as Rock hits one on the bionic redneck. Might be move of the night. Oh, because I saw so many swinging neckbreakers.
Oh, right.
Not because it was particularly good, but I saw about 6 so far up to this point. I think we'd almost seen one a match.
Yeah.
Up to this point. Austin struggles to get his vest off.
Yes.
And nearly walks into a rock bottom. Austin elbows free but gets tossed to the floor. Here we go. Rock sends Austin into the timekeeper's area.
Mm-hmm.
Rock takes a moment to stay hydrated before channeling the game and spitting water.
Yeah, I've just put water. There's only one person that should be allowed to do this for me.
Triple H?
Oh, yeah. I'm a bit sad he didn't actually do it the first night in his three-piece suit.
What was that noise you just made, by the way?
We know how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm. Rock takes a moment to stay... Oh, no, we've done that. Stock cold. Stock cold. Stone Cold blocks a guardrail shot and instead the Rock eats the metal.
Mm-hmm.
They awkwardly pass by the announcers, like wedge themselves behind them as they go by.
Yeah.
Rock bounces Austin off the announce table and drops him with a right. It's at this moment that I notice that Heyman looks to be taking a crouched shit.
Oh, yeah.
He's just kind of like
Perched.
cowering, but not. Yeah. But he looks like he's about to curl one out. Back in the ring. Oh, no, it isn't. Austin is clotheslined to the floor. The two walk up the aisle and Rocky hits 3 chops.
I was about to get annoyed at this point because I thought, are they going to bugger off up and go for a long little walk?
No. But at the top of the ramp, Austin flips Hebner off before having his suplex countered and hit with one from the Rock.
Yeah. And finally, though, someone puts 50p in meter and turns the fucking light on them.
Yeah, thank God. Spotlight followed them in the end. Who knew that the Rock was the first coming of Jack Grealish? Now, what I've put there is if you look at his boots, they've got the open back, like the socks that are cut open.
Oh.
His boots have just got the top bit and then his calf's out and then it goes back to a boot. Never spotted that before. You just think about Jack Grealish now, aren't you?
Just his calves?
Yeah. I mean, he's a fuckwad, isn't he?
He's got lovely legs, though.
Oh, he does.
On.
He's a handsome boy, but he's thick as fuck.
I mean, he's also far too young for me, but I can look at his legs.
Is he a good footballer? Yes. Does he annoy me? Yes.
Yes.
And it's only... I know it sounds... I
love that we're segueing onto football.
We're going to talk about football for a second here. Jack Grealish, wasn't fussed by him at Aston Villa and I actually thought he'd do quite well at United, but since he's gone to Man City, he's just got this real ego about him, which I don't like.
I could watch the videos of him, though, for
drunk,
days.
Singing on the bus. Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Back to the wrestling portion of the show.
Sorry, yes.
No, it's my fault. I took it off. Austin with ye old classic fist to bollocks. Hey. And he looks for a pile driver, but his back drops on the grating.
Yeah.
You're grateful of that?
So grateful.
Stone Cold whips Rock into the ring apron, but again he rebounds out with the clothesline.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry.
Austin now eats apron.
Yeah.
Stone Cold slingshots Rocky into the ring post.
And drink.
And body slams him to the floor.
Love that.
Austin elbows Rock's sternum on the apron, and they now return to the ring. Earl Hebner has been as authoritative as a substitute art teacher.
Yes, you're so right. So right.
Just going along with them, letting them do what they want.
I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but you might as well not be there, mate.
Because I don't want to get hit by either of these two.
Although he does have a moment that I enjoy later.
Or sandwiched.
Austin stomps and kicks Rock before choking him on the second rope.
Nice.
Rock avoids a guillotine, but Stone Cold flips off the crowd, who cheered, ducks a clothesline and hits one of his own. Nice. More middle fingers. Schoolboy by Rock gets 2, but a clothesline levels him. 2 count. Son of a bitch! 2 1 counts, then mounted punches.
Yes, sorry.
Rock to the floor. And now they're on the announce table. Austin wants a pile driver, but Rock low blows. Apparently the ref didn't see that.
Drink.
That's what they said. The ref looking at it, but the ref didn't see that.
Yeah. Maybe he blinked at that time.
Yeah. I think he just had his eyes closed. That's the issue. Rock looks to drop Austin on the table, but Stone Cold does it to him instead.
Yeah.
Austin then chokes him with a camera cable. They exchange chops until Austin rakes the eyes. Boo from Holly.
Yeah, I'm not here for it, sorry.
Gourdbuster lands Rock on the announce table. Now the ref counts.
Yeah.
They've been outside for like 4 days.
Half an hour, yeah, I know.
Like the gestation period of humans is shorter than how long they've been outside the ring. Austin knees and chokes the Rock in the ring before shoving the ref.
Oh, gets mad.
Earl shoves back.
I like that.
Austin flips Hebner off. Earl flips Austin off and says, "Fuck you!"
I actually quite that is amusing for me. I like that.
The crowd cheer and Austin sells it like he's been hit.
Yeah.
He like reels back from it. Marvellous. Right hands from Rocky, but Austin lands a Thez press and unloads with rights and lefts.
Yeah.
Middle fingers for all before a forearm drop to the face for a 2 count. Stone Cold fully chatting to the Rock before chop blocking the knee.
Yeah.
More elbows to the sternum on the apron before taunting the crowd.
Rights from The Rock before a messy missed clothesline, and he hits a Thez press. Rock does the swearing forearm drop shot that Austin did to him moments ago, which I found enjoyable.
I like that.
Near fall. Hang on. Sleeper hold by Austin.
Oh.
Holly, please do the honours once more.
Well, I've put, fuck me, I might fall asleep here. Asleep. Awake.
Rock fights free and applies a sleeper of his own. Jawbreaker and spinebuster from Austin. Missionary pin gets 2, is what I've put here.
I've put that too. However, please take note of where you are, because I don't want to make you lose your track here. And it was at this point that I noticed someone in the crowd that really fucked me off.
How did you spot this? Who was this?
There's a guy in the crowd, and I mean no offence to anybody, and I don't know why he annoyed me.
Yeah, she
well, no, I do. He was wearing a red baseball cap. I think it's a Ferrari baseball cap.
Oh, he's one of them.
A leather bomber jacket.
Sexy.
Now, here's where he annoyed me. It wasn't his clothes. Well,
it was his
it's
fucking
his accessories.
Face. His accessories.
He had leather motorbike gloves on.
Nice.
And kept literally looking around at the crowd and like amping them up. Like, I would call it racing the roof if I was describing it, but literally like telling everyone to like, come on,
who's
like
the hype
cheer.
man?
And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Sit the fuck down. Just really annoyed me, and I wish I hadn't seen it.
I wonder, so those gloves, I wonder if he actually got them from Mick Foley from the Chef Boyardee advert. Beefy.
Oh my god, yes.
Reckon?
But it reminded me of Progress when we were there, and there was like so many men there in the audience that there was one guy just, it reminded me of the guy, people are going to have no fucking clue. It didn't remind me of the dancing guy.
Okay.
It reminded me of the guy that we saw in the second show that was sat at the end.
By himself.
Glasses on, out like amping, like hitting his leg, stamping his feet, trying to get some crowd involvement, but he was cuckoo.
I thought he was getting angry because he couldn't get an erection.
Oh, okay.
I thought that's what was happening. I didn't see this guy in the crowd at WWE.
Yes, I glimpsed it, and that was it.
Do you know what's funny? From that second show we went to that day, I know we were only there for half of it. I remember more about the people I was watching than I do the event, because there was some absolute anomalies of nature walking through those halls.
But sorry to distract.
No, that is absolutely fine. So after the missionary pin that gets a 2 count, we get a gut stomp and a Boston Crab from Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Rock pulled away from the ropes, but Rock does eventually get to the ropes.
Yeah, the pace proper slowed down here.
Austin corners the ref, allowing Rock to fire back, but then a double clothesline sees both men down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're enjoying this match muchly at this point.
I'll be honest, my next point says, hand on heart, I keep pausing to see how long is left of the show.
And it's a 2-hour, 15-minute show.
Yeah.
This. Flying clothesline by the Rock before a loose belly-to-belly throw. Near fall. God, Hebner is a toolbox. First, he's crushed in the corner, then takes a clothesline from Rock.
Yeah.
I love the way how he was flopped over the apron.
Yeah, I feel like
that
as well,
good.
You land like that, his head, like his brain probably goes,
this is uncomfortable.
I've got to stay here now.
Yeah.
I can't just move like slowly
Imagine
back
if he
into the ring.
starts slipping as well. Oh God.
Funny.
Oh God.
But yeah.
He's been in a couple of hilarious moments.
Yeah.
Like when Chris Benoit tried to roll in the ring, he tried to roll out and then he fell into a heap of shit in the process.
This guy, he's so funny.
Hebner is still... Oh, sorry, no. So, Hebner's a toolbox. We covered that. Austin eats a spinebuster.
Yeah.
Really, really shite sharpshooter by Rocky. And a not much better one by Austin.
Wakey, wakey, oh.
Hebner is still night-night.
Yes.
Rock counters into an even more deplorable sharpshooter until Kurt Angle arrives and hits him with a chair.
Yeah.
Jericho runs out and attacks Angle, hitting him with the chair. Rock gets back up and he sees Y2J holding the chair.
Yeah.
Holding the smoking gun, I've put here.
Well.
Billy and Bart Gunn were not there for this. Rock attacks Jericho and clotheslines him to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Stunner blocked and the Rock bottom connects. Cover, but no referee because Earl is still night-night.
Yep.
Angle back in with right. He mocks the Rock's punches until the tables are turned. Back to the floor he goes. Austin with rights now. But no, spinebuster again. Rock goes for the people's elbow, but Angle trips him and hits a title shot. Not bad, that bit, actually.
Yeah, that was fun.
Stone Cold Stunner, ludicrous sell, slow count, 1, 2, 3. Austin retains, and then Austin hugs Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that was odd to me, but...
It's pretty much the end of the show. To be fair, they don't really do anything after
No.
that little hug moment. Austin celebrating, defending the title. One thing that's worth noting, so obviously Chris Jericho retained the WCW title, didn't he? But in 2 weeks' time at Survivor Series, he's not the champion, is he?
No.
Rock.
Oh,
So The Rock takes it off Jericho.
Okay.
I can't remember if it was Raw or SmackDown, but he takes it off him before
Makes
then.
sense.
What would you score this match, Holly?
I gave it a 3. I've put 3 simply for the entertainment value.
Yeah.
And the last 4 minutes being brilliant.
I'll tell you what Dave scores it. 3.75, which surprised me.
That's generous.
I think it is at best a 3.25. The wrestling itself isn't good, but the drama around it, the atmosphere,
that's the entertainment.
Everything that goes into it was good. The crowd were hot for it.
Yes.
Apart from the really shit sharpshooters and a botched clothesline, there's nothing offensive really in there.
No.
Which for me is weird because they were outside the ring a lot.
Yeah.
But The Rock and Austin have a better brawl than Austin and Undertaker did, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
So I would probably lean towards 3.
Yeah.
And that's being pushed up because of the atmosphere of the event.
100%.
So with that being the case, that brings us to the end of Rebellion. You just said, "Oh no!" What
Oh no! I thought I didn't rate the whole thing as a.
See, I always thought you did that off the top of your head. So
I was, and I've learnt my lesson.
Fair enough. So what are you scoring this show?
Right. Oh, see, now I've come to look at it again, and I go, really? Oh, okay. Fucking, I'll just go with what I've said. I've put as a whole 6.5. A good length of show. Clearly, I like a shorter show. A couple of matches at a 3 and above. For me, 1.5, 2 shockers of a match because I don't class that Big Show one as a match.
And the women's match wasn't good.
So I don't know, 6.5. Now I look at it now, I'm like, oh, is that a bit generous? But then it's because we talk about, I don't know. I'm like this in life. Like we talk about the good things, we talk about the bad things, and then the bad things stick in my mind, and I'm
stick with what you've got.
So I will remain at 6.5.
I would go 6.
Yeah.
The big selling point, Angle and Jericho. I like that. The tag team match.
Tajiri is leading it for me. Even as much as I love
Scotty 2 Hotty and Hurricane.
That and Hardy's. If I put them in order, my favourite match would be the Tajiri and the Regal match.
Really?
Top, yeah.
No, mine would be Angle and Jericho.
Yeah. Okay.
Angle and Jericho, tag team.
Yeah.
Ooh, Scotty 2 Hotty.
Yeah,
see, Edge and Christian's quite low down on the list.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, which is surprising.
It is funny to think of that match card. Like, there's a lot of...
Seems to be all over the place a little bit. But it flowed well,
yes.
I thought, for a show. I didn't feel like it was a chore to get through at all.
No.
Had it had an extra hour on, I think
I would have struggled.
Yeah, because then who are you putting on the card? Probably Undertaker's having something at some point. But yeah, I thought 6, which, based on our ratings that we've been doing, is perfectly serviceable.
Lovely.
I thought it was pretty good. And then, from here, after, taking a detour off the road to WrestleMania, we are now very much back on track.
Aren't we just?
Going into WrestleMania 7. We've got a lot of show to watch for that one, for the next recording.
I know, I've already started looking at how long it was.
There's also a couple of videos that we need to do at some point. I think we've been promising people that we'll comment back on certain topics that have been raised, so we'll fit that in at some point as well. Holly, care to share the socials with the listeners?
No.
Okay, thank you very much for...
I'm joking. Email is wintwicepod@gmail.com, and then wintwicepod is for all our other socials, so Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
And we've recently just passed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's impressive,
how exciting.
I think we've done well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only really started the YouTube side in November time, so that's pretty impressive. Thank you everyone for showing us the support along the way so far, and hope it continues.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else from you, Holly, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover off.
Let's go watch Mania.
Let's go watch Night 2 of WrestleMania. So thank you very much everyone for listening. We'll be back next week with the March Through the Mania series. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you enjoyed what's to come. Take care, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.
Bye.